I was born ready, Larry. That's right. Welcome back. I'm Mike,
I'm Larry.
and this is
Grinding gears.
Grinding Gears. Just waiting for to see your lips moving there, Larry. How you guys doing? It's been a hoot, a holla, and a couple ham sandwiches, but we're back. And we got a lot to talk about today, Larry.
More than a couple ham sandwiches.
Yeah, what if someone doesn't like ham? You know what I mean? They may not have had any ham. So, I mean, I didn't want to overdo the ham boundary here.
Oh, looks like we were live earlier. It's just 39 seconds, it looks like.
39 seconds of absolute orgasmic bliss. Bliss. What happened? Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, welcome in. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit something different. I mean, it's not different, but it is because we're talking about EV muscle catastrophes. And only one company could do that, and that's Dodge. And they really screwed the pooch on this one, Larry. We'll get into it. But it's wonderful to see everybody here. Not that there's anyone here, but if you are here now, then it's good to see it post streamed. So Larry and I have been running around like crazy maniacs, and but not really. We haven't done much.
Hey, we got one viewer. Welcome.
Hi, that's me.
Yeah, or me.
Actually, it's probably you because I'm running. Yeah.
But no, we got two now. So
well, we're
welcome.
Now. Yeah. But Larry, where have cars come? When good after evening Thunder, right?
What's up,
Thunder's,
Thunder?
He knows what's going on. He drives cars, right? He knows about fluids, and
I think everybody drives cars.
You have to in today's day and age, Larry, here in this country, because you can't really go without. I mean, you could just order everything, which is another, flip side to it. But at the same time, it's going to cost you, these charges. Yeah, God forbid someone wants to order some food and it's a 30, say your food's $30. Well, why the hell the service fees equal $30 too? It's literally like you got to double it. So, you're paying just as much for the
That's why I want DoorDash. I'd rather spend the $3 gas.
Well, Larry, for someone that drinks beer like me after work, I can't, I don't have that option most of the time. At least when I'm drinking.
Well, but you should get your dinner before you go.
Yeah, but when I'm on the way home, it's like 7 in the morning, and there's not a lot of places open. So
I would be
eating what at 7 in the morning. Where? What Italian place you got over there that's open at 7?
I know of grocery stores you can get stuff back.
Yeah, but what the hell? I mean, Yeah, but Larry, this whole listen, there's been drama in the car community. Now you don't see too much about it here. And I've only been around the car community for a couple of years, as far as YouTube and watching this. But there's a few clips we'll have to watch because there's a bunch of people fighting over this Dodge EV. And I'm not going to name any names. I'll just show the names. And if they would. And these aren't the type to strike people down. The one guy, oh, look at that. Your camera's all in full focus now. Hey, Punky.
My camera's unfocused. Hi, Punky.
No, it's moving around. It's giving the old, like we were testing it, left, right. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's just a little slower.
Yeah. All right, let's get that. Let's get this going. And yeah. But this whole thing here, now this is what we're talking about here, folks. This is pathetic and ridiculous. And, people want to harp on my car for having fake chance. But, I didn't do it. I'm not the one that told them to do it. I don't know how stupid that was. Let's block it off with steel. You can't, Larry, my car, you can't even pop the vents out and make them function. Like, it's backed by, like, the, body of the car.
You'd have to cut them out and actually make vents for it.
You can. Now, listen to this piece of garbage. Now, this is what the new Dodge EV Charger sounds like. Now, folks, they've made one year of this, and it completely tanked. I'm pretty sure they got them lined up out the ass. I think they got a special deal.
Did you know that Dodge offers several sounds that you can put out through the speaker?
Yeah, why not? Screaming babies, run over deer, whatever kind of squeaks and squeals you guys want to put in it. The bottom line is you could pay half the money and get a Tesla Model 3 and it'll house this thing on the strip every time. But look at this. But you know what? In all fairness, Larry, the Model 3 doesn't have an incredible sound like this.
This is what the exhaust speaker sounds like on the new electric Dodge Charger.
Better than nothing.
Sport mode. This is track mode.
Whoa.
And this is drag mode.
They all sound
And this
the
is what it
same.
sounds like on the inside. So let me know what you think of the fake exhaust sounds in the new all-electric Dodge Charger.
I think they sound absolutely pathetic and terrible. And I can tell you this, it makes me feel good, all right, to see that. But I think that they really screwed the pooch on that, Larry. I mean, the whole audiotronic system or whatever, valve, whatever they called it.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason.
It's just not. It's not cutting the old haluka here, Larry. I think they probably sold 3 of these cars, and there's complaints about all of them.
As always, if anybody has any car questions, throw them out there in the chat.
Yeah, what the hell? Why not?
I don't want to do the Q&A. I'd rather read the questions out.
Oh, okay. What's up, Jason? We're talking about stupid cars. And the Dodge EV is not done very well, which is the basis of topic. And we're also touch
It's a
on
whole different thing, man. It's like you can't get an EV and expect it to sound like a Hemi.
Right, because
You
it's
just can't.
fake. It's fake.
It is what it is. It's electric.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like diesel EV vehicles or EV vehicles.
A lot of people love it.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people thought, I think, when this whole thing had started happening, that we're gonna the whole point of the EV wasn't it, Larry, is to save money, right? Okay, well, I just watched a guy charge a Dodge EV from whatever this particular vehicle, and it cost him around $52. Typically, I mean, that's more than it takes to fill my car up, and I could whoop that car. But
yeah, but say you're a well-to-do young high schooler, right? You get your first car. No longer gone are the days of pushing it down the driveway and down the road before you start it so you can sneak out. Right?
Right, and you can't pop the clutch anymore in that thing. Remember,
the point is you could just squeak on out of there real quiet, like, loudest thing would be the door closing.
That's true, but I mean, what high school kid's going to be able to afford an $80,000 piece of garbage? Then again, well-to-do, like you said. I mean, I see it here all the time with these kids around St. Augustine. A lot of them are rich kids, and they're driving BMW like M4 competitions. It's like a $120,000 car, and they don't care. Because it's not their money, and they trash it. It makes no difference. All they're going to do in the long run is get a Dodge Ram, hike it up 45 feet, and put white underglow over it. That's what happens here. And then, don't forget with the squat. You got to, or what do they call it when they put the back of it? Yeah. Yeah, that is squatted, not slammed. Yeah, electric is dumb. Until you know what, Punky, at least for right now, until they get a handle on this whole thing, because it's still a new thing. You know, they're killing my car off and to make a hybrid, which the body looks nice, but it just does not. I don't. I don't know. It's a
I don't
transition.
know. Cars have lost their personality.
They have no soul, is what I've heard so many times in comments.
Nope.
They have no soul with
Not
EV,
anymore.
like electric vehicles. You know, gas
Used
is
to
where.
be, we hear a motor going up the road. You go,
What is that? You know,
5.0, the
yeah.
5.0 Mustang. Yeah, you could tell.
And
You could
I'm just
tell.
learning how to do that. Like I'm just learning that.
Oh,
Like,
when you
but I understand now.
those videos we watched today, High Street Pottstown, you didn't even have to see what was coming, dude. You heard a big block coming down the road.
Mm.
You know, which is few and far between in Pottstown. Everybody ran small blocks because, you know, when gas went up in the 70s, a lot of people, man, shied away from big blocks because you're getting 5 miles per gallon. You know,
Right.
unless
Yeah.
you're on the strip, it's pointless. So everybody, you know, you can produce pretty good power with a small block, and they wind up more than the big blocks. So everybody was going with small blocks, not the boat
Yeah.
anchor. Unless you wanted a 454 Chevelle, you know, then yeah, you're gonna have a big
Yeah.
block. And the people who had money didn't care about gas mileage. They wanted to just do a cam swap, head swap, and have massive, massive power.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Punky, yes, you absolutely could raise your Forerunner up. You know, that would look sick. You get some frosted white rims, you know, white underglow with that Forerunner.
Why? She's like, I'm just gonna drive the fucking wheels off of it. So.
Well, it's obviously she's not going to do that, but
What up,
she
Gail?
could.
Again,
Hey,
for the
Gail.
new person that joined, any questions, feel free to ask. This is about cars.
Anything you want.
No question is stupid.
Yeah, we're talking about EVs today and Dodge the Blue. And I put
think,
that as,
you know what I think? I think we've said enough about EVs because EVs suck.
They do suck. And like I said, just because I put that in the title, that's just what we were kicking it off with. And it does. I mean,
what I hope?
What do you hope?
Everybody switches to an EV. And then the price of my gasoline drops. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, what the hell?
I remember back in the 80s, 90s, you always hear it about, oh, the government wants to crush anything older than 5 years. And, you know, it's like, fuck off. You're not getting my fucking Nova or my Chevelle or even my pickup truck. You're not getting it. Fuck off. You can't do that. You're going to pay me good money, not the $300 you think it's worth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pay a lot more than that.
Well, you know, on that EV note, like say Tesla, for instance, right?
All right, what did you get, Gail? Gail got a new car.
Oh, whoa, that's something.
How
you
much
got
does
a new
lift
car.
kit cost? Okay.
Probably 10 grand, Punky. I don't know.
Well, you buying the lift and putting it on yourself, or are you gonna pay somebody?
I doubt Punky would. But let's pretend Punky would be the one that wanted the lift. So,
you can do a 1-inch lift, Punk. It's not worth it.
No, I'm talking like she wants it 5 feet in the air.
You can't on those.
Oh, you can't on a Forerunner.
No, there's a reason.
Why is that?
Axle angle in the front.
I figured it had something to do with axle.
Because it's independent front suspension. If that was a solid axle in the front, you can jack it to the moon.
But now, wait a minute now. Now, with car customization, would that be possible if you had the money? No. Okay, so you just can't do it.
They don't make a kit to drop the pumpkin down. In Chevys, they figured it out. Like, okay, we want a 4-inch lift. We want to retain the axle angle so you're not blowing through axles. You drop the whole pumpkin down. Then you just have to worry about the drive shaft angle. And how do you take care of the drive shaft angle? You drop the transfer case down because you're lifting the rear too. So that's all got to be dropped down to correct the drive shaft angles and everything.
Very sexual, folks. Very sexual. Lift that rear up, put that drive shaft. You know, I mean, right in there. But yeah, and part he's going to need a rocket ship.
There's a lot of things to consider. I
Really?
bought a 4-inch lift for my Jeep, which I still have and didn't put it on because I never got the extended brake line. See, that's something I didn't consider. I didn't know. Oh,
Ooh,
I need longer brake line, then I better get
yeah.
stainless steel. You know,
I'm
the
smoking,
braided
folks. So
shit, right?
yeah.
So I bought everything, but it was an incomplete kit that I paid $800 for
Mm,
back 15 years ago. It was right before I bought this house.
yeah.
And so I bought the shit that was missing. The drop pitman arm to correct your steering geometry, the tie rod end deal, and uh, drop track bars to keep your rear located right? I
Hmm.
bought all that. Didn't come with the lift kit. You're supposed to just put the lift kit on and have this thing drive like shit, I guess, right? But me doing research, I said, okay, I need this, this, this. That was another $800. Now we're talking 15 years ago, guys. What would it cost now? Couple of $3,000 just for the kit.
Yeah.
I don't know. They put it with CNCs now. It cuts
CNC music
everything.
factory.
Automatic laser welders, shit like that. It's probably about the same price. You know, 1,500-1,600 bucks for a lift kit, probably.
Uh,
Depending on how high you want to go. Do you want to
huh?
put big tires on it? Then you got to change your axle ratio.
Of
There you're
course they.
getting into some money for your
Well,
gear
they're
ratio.
and that's what's happening with these kids that don't know any better. They're buying these cars, right? They're upgrading them so much, but they're
What up,
forgetting they
Nakai?
what's up? You have to like they're putting a turbo in, right? They'll take it. Daddy gave my $10,000 allowance this month, right? Because we're fucking stupid rich. So I'm gonna go buy a turbo because
And
turbos
that's what they
probably
put a
run you.
turbo in, but they don't
But they
do
don't
all the
do
other
anything
shit.
else to the car, and then they
Yeah.
blow the car up because they didn't compensate for the turbo power. Like it's so funny.
Like, do you know
Oh
what all's
wow,
involved in a turbo?
well,
Obviously, you got to build the hot side, the cold side air, right?
yeah,
It requires different exhaust manifold to bleed the exhausted turbo for starters. Unless you're going
yeah,
to put it in pickup bed or something where you can use the existing exhaust, right?
yeah.
And I'm not going to be able to concentrate on talking now.
Well, come on now. Yeah, you can.
Nova.
Larry, this is the same. This is thank you, Lord. I know you can
You
strike us, but
you
you won't.
need
This is the same guy, Larry. Real quick, this is the same guy that was taking video of you guys all them years ago.
yeah.
Same guy, same channel.
Uh
So he's still here. This is the same strip.
no, that's down further.
It's down further, but I'm saying,
Oh
look
yeah,
at
yeah.
that. Oh,
That's almost to where the Midas is where we're
look at that gorgeous thing. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
where they were
Nice
driving,
job.
see where that green car's headed?
Yeah.
Go up about half a mile. That's where the main drag started. I
Ah,
know where they're at right now. They're in the bread factory park.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Gail,
That
what
actually
did Gail say
they
she
might be
got?
turning because there was one way that
Oh,
you could go and then turn down this one road and come back. It just extends the cruise a little bit. And
yeah.
that might be the road that he's standing on that corner, I believe. But
And
yeah, I've been down
Gail,
those roads 1,000 fucking times.
that's right. I saw. Yeah, Gail got a
No,
fucking
he's pulling out of the
Mercedes.
parking lot.
Yeah. What was it, Gail? A Mercedes GLC 43
Oh, they're
AMG.
at the fucking speed shop.
Jesus Christ, he's not listening to me, folks.
I told
Sorry.
you, dude. You put this. I can't. You want to talk or you want to watch fucking cars? Oh yeah,
I
get
want to
in.
have background and talk over it. Can you do that?
Anyway, so when you build a turbo motor,
Yeah.
you have to have a bigger gap in your ring for the
Right.
pressure.
Now, what else? Yeah, that's
You
nice,
have to have
Grand National.
wastegates. You have to have
So,
oiling systems for the turbos if you get a one that takes oil.
when these
Now
kids,
he's on High Street, Boston.
no,
He's up further.
Corvette, or a, what is that, a Pontiac? I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah, so when
See
a
that
kid
Rite
goes
Aid?
out,
That he's standing across the street from where he stood before. That Rite Aid is where the Pep Boys was.
Look at that scoop.
Nova.
Man.
I can't believe. See how it's all single lane now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
fucked it
it's so
all up.
different than what it was when we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is just that's crazy.
Guys, I hung out on this town on that block for years watching cars go by.
Hey Sammy, what's
Hi,
up, girl?
Sammy.
Thank you.
And everybody, this is about cars. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat.
You're
Any
damn right.
questions about cars, we're here to answer them.
Get in here, Facey. There's that Grand National again. Those are super rare.
You're probably going to see repeats. There ain't a whole lot of cars. If you look, most of them are just regular cars now. And this is during the day. Anyways.
These guys are our age now. They're keeping the tradition alive. Yeah. They're going out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
New Dodges, new Vets, new Mustangs.
Yeah, well they're they're napping by the time, That's great with the orange. Oh, there's a Fox body with a scoop.
Yeah.
5.0. No, that's not. Is that an LX?
Oh man, you can't even squeak your tires anymore in that town.
Oh, you can't.
Tubbed out.
Folks, just so you guys know, this is an area that actually Larry and I used to. Larry much more than me, but we used to frequent to go down to Pottstown and the Strip.
See that drag car sitting right across the street?
Not together. We didn't know each other, but yeah, I did.
No, I hung out with the guy, if you've seen him in my band videos, the other guitar player, the one that didn't know how to dress appropriately for a gig. That guy, yeah. He had a white Nova with a black stripe. When was this recorded?
2024, I believe. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, this is October.
You ain't seeing Bob's Nova.
No.
He did. It had a tree fell on that car.
Well, it did. I was gonna say, I mean, someone knows it somewhere. But
somebody probably, if someone was smart, they bought it, replaced the A-pillar in the windshield.
Yeah, if the engine's still intact and you
don't
got
know what
parts,
he ever did with it.
I mean,
that thing's sweet. See, that's so unpractical having a car with tires that big on the street anymore.
Yeah,
it just is.
Oh, your Wi-Fi was off.
Those are better sized tires on the car. What?
I hope it's better for you, Punky.
Your Wi-Fi is off?
Yeah.
So what are you on, a phone?
Well, sometimes, yeah. Look at that.
I wonder how long he has to shut his, like before you could just leave the camera roll.
Yeah.
Right now he probably waits for a car to come down, then turns his camera on.
Why did he pass by that? No, I get it.
Because he was already on camera twice.
Is that a Barracuda? What is that? No, that's a Jeep. Yeah.
Plymouth GTX.
I see that color, Larry, and I think Barracuda immediately because we had a Barracuda
it's a Mopar, one of the 3 popular Mopar colors.
Yeah, Larry loves that lime green Challenger. Yeah.
Hugger green, I think it is. Or lime
green. There's a few. There's Venom. There's Snakeskin. There's a bunch of different ones.
Go up to any car without a hood, and I bet they got antique plates like that dragster just went, or the old model.
Yeah, he ran up to him.
Yeah,
look at him.
Yeah, he probably goes to Maple Grove and Adco.
Maple Motors. Shout out to Maple Motors.
Maple Grove Raceway, dude.
No, I don't care about them. I mean, great. They're great and all, but I want to shout out the YouTube channel Maple Motors.
Why?
Why not? They got the best fucking cars out. Some of the best cars I've seen on a lot for classic, muscle cars.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they're pretty dang good.
What the fuck is this? Get ad blocker, dude. What the hell? Free ad blocker. It worked.
No, I'm not. I'm not getting that for here. This is why, folks, I use. Well, what am I going to do? Like that's like saying go pay for StreamYard when you go live once. It's not my fault.
It's just like paying for StreamYard when it's free ad blocker.
I'm too lazy for all that.
You're too lazy to install it and pay them back.
Yeah, I am. Ah, yes, cars, folks. You know, you can't be
Bordeaux,
denied.
Gavel,
You know.
Malibu. You hear all 5 of them come again.
Yeah, well, you
This
know
ain't
what
like
the
the
hell?
old days anymore, dude.
No, he even knows he's slowing it down. Shit.
They
Stupid
do
alarm.
car shows at the old folks' homes by my work.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a great place for him because all those old timers, I'll bet you're out there in their little fucking hover-rounds enjoying the fucking day in the parking lot.
Yeah, they got up at
Okay?
5:30 and went to McDonald's for coffee for all this, Larry. They prepared very hard.
Okay, roll it back. See that car without fenders and no hood and well, not back that far. You remember the button, the arrow
Oh,
button
I don't
takes you
mind
back
seeing
5 seconds?
it.
Remember that? The arrow
Yeah,
button on
they
your
don't have
keyboard?
that anymore. Well, on the
Yeah, they
phone, you can.
do.
Where?
You
I'm not looking at it.
the arrow button on your keyboard.
Oh, I don't fuck with that.
Well, that goes back 5 seconds exactly.
All right, let's try it. It didn't work. Way to
Because you
go,
have to
Larry.
have clicked on the red dot last. All right, see that? How the fuck
Yeah.
does he have regular plates?
Well, maybe he's got a transportation zone plate. You know, one of
There is no
those.
such thing. Not in
Well, I made it
Pennsylvania.
up. You know, maybe there should be. See, the DMV
I
thinking
gotta
about
look
it.
into that, man.
Look
Like,
at
how
that.
come that guy can have no hood, have no fenders, and be legal?
Well, maybe there was a car show in the area, right?
Unless they put the Pennsylvania colors on antique plates. Maybe they did. And in which case, that was probably antique plate. But a lot of these are antique plates and they're fucking rat rods. You know what happened when I called and asked about antique plates for my truck? Is
What?
it in mint condition?
Hmm?
No.
Why would you need
It's
that to be?
50 years old or more. Why?
Yeah.
It needs to be in mint condition like it left the showroom because they changed the fucking laws. Is what they did.
Right.
They got
Well,
tired
you
of
have.
anybody with a car older than 25 years that had rust just put plates on. Those
Hmm.
idiots fucked it up for people like me. I'm sorry, my 69 should be able to get in. And get
Well,
full air
yeah.
conditioning. And so what I got to
What's
do is I got to go around and take a picture of another black 69 Corvette step side. I got to find one first and then take pictures of it.
so? What's the year? Is it 50 years? Then it's considered an
25.
antique. 25 only?
Yeah, I was
Wow.
going to get them for the Jeep, dude.
Holy shit.
No,
That's pretty.
no inspection.
You need
Permanent
you.
registration where I don't have, but you're limited on. You can only drive it like you can't use it as daily. I wouldn't be anyway.
Oh,
One day,
I was wondering about
yeah,
that if there
there's
was
rules.
stipulations
You're
for
not allowed to
that.
drive at night.
Okay.
The lights have to work, but you're not allowed to drive them at night.
Really? Oh,
Mhm.
so that's a surefire way to get pulled over immediately if you got a blue plate
If
on.
you're coming from a car show, it's
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. Maybe there was a car show in
There's
October
exceptions.
here.
Because
Maybe
they usually
maybe
don't
that's why
fuck
the
with
cops
you on
aren't
that.
messing.
It's just getting the plate. Once I get the plate, I'm never gonna get fucked with.
Who the hell would
There's a
want that?
ratty fucking 80 something Chevy pickup that's jacked to the sky with rust on the rockers. I stopped and looked at it for sale.
Yeah.
Rust on the floor. Floorboards are gone with antique plates.
Yeah.
Oh, the wheel wells rotted, but it's got antique plates. So what the fuck? But
That's what's across the street from me
I have
right
some
now.
missing clear coat on my fender on my, but I can get. So it looks like I'm doing clear coat. This way I can
So,
say fuck you and plates. That Jeep will be permanently on the road.
look at that, Larry, that flatbed.
Yeah.
That Fox body had a headlight missing. Don't race it. I know what I'm doing now,
You know why
Larry.
the
Don't.
headlight was missing?
Yeah, I know why. Don't
Why?
tell it. It's a cooler intake. It's a cold air intake
For the turbo.
for the turbos to keep the turbo.
Yeah.
Look at that. What is
Yeah.
that? What is
That
that?
is a Maverick.
Wow, that looks fast. That
Ford
looks like
Maverick.
it's doing wheelies on the line.
Yeah, it's a step up from a Pinto.
See, I don't care for the
There's a
grandpa
Falcon.
mobile.
There's
Like,
a step up. All right, back to the chat. I had 3 different Harleys, and our last bike was a
Ducati.
Ducat DeVal
Ooh,
the
Larry, look.
body. Yeah, I got
Is that a Pontiac?
What was the
I
car
don't.
you got? Did you say?
Yeah, she got a Mercedes.
Oh, but
Yeah, a fucking like luxury Mercedes too. It's an AMG Mercedes, if I'm not mistaken. It
uh,
is. It's a GLC 43. I'll bring it up right now.
okay. See, I hate cutting on people's shit when they just get it.
Well, I don't typically care for most Mercedeses,
It's
but
not even that. I think Mercedes
I
beautiful.
do. Yeah,
If I was rich enough to own one, oh look at that, I would own one.
yeah,
But
I
if
get it.
you're like me and you just scrape enough up, like when I bought the 4Runner to get it, I like if I was had taken that same money and bought a Mercedes or a Beamer, yeah, I wouldn't be driving it much because parts are expensive.
Yeah,
So are the repairs, and you will see the inside of a fucking shop. Just sorry,
yeah,
facts of life. But if you're cool with it and you got money for the repairs and you have another car you don't mind, you're not inconvenienced by it, because that's a lot of times they get take car fucking dealership, you know. But you might have a Mercedes guy around the corner that's amazing, and like that's a lot of cases. Sometimes you find a guy like that Toyota guy we watched, who's not a dealer, but he could be right around the corner from you. And if I owned a Toyota, that's where my car was going.
yeah,
Because he'd be like, Larry, you got a spot of rust here. Okay.
yeah. Let's take a look at this car here.
Some cars are more prone to being in the shop. Jeep is fuck.
Oh, Jeeps are horrible, man. I've
Jeep.
heard horror stories
They're
about
going to
them.
go out of business.
Hold on, let me reshare that real quick, and
I
then I
think
can.
they almost already did, but Daimler Chrysler. uh,
Yeah. All right, now let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at Gail's new car here.
Okay. It's
The
a
new
beautiful
Mercedes
car.
AMG GLC 43 is a compact SUV that combines performance, technology, and luxury. Under the hood, you have a turbocharged four-cylinder engine that delivers 416 horsepower, allowing it to accelerate from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Inside, the GLC 43 comes equipped with a central touchscreen featuring Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and some really nice graphics. The digital gauge cluster is designed with performance in mind, and the AMG steering wheel includes
Look at the
integrated
steering
voice
wheel.
controls.
Thick,
You get
bro.
heated front seats as standard, and overall, the cabin offers a
but I mean,
well-designed
they're
and comfortable
badass,
space.
you
In the
know?
back, there's a good amount of legroom, and you also get a panoramic sunroof. Outside, the
look at
AMG GLC 43 stands out with a more aggressive
All right,
front end
pause.
featuring the signature AMG grille.
Okay.
It sits on 21-inch wheels and
Gail, can you close that roof if it's really sunny out one day and you
offers
just
a
don't want to deal with the sun? Can you close the roof?
I don't know. It may
That
have one of
doesn't
those
look like
things. It's a Mercedes. It may have
doesn't
the.
look like you can. You know what they should start doing? Just like sunglasses, you know how they have that electronic auto darkening?
Yeah,
They should do
that's what I
that.
was saying. Yeah, it may
Yeah.
have that. I don't know if it
Nice.
it may have that.
Flip bumper Camaro. I love it. Can you go back to that Camaro again? I want to see the front tail lights.
Yeah,
Or front tail lights. The front lights. Or
we didn't see a
Charger.
couple of these.
I don't like those gear chargers.
I don't mind
When
it.
you see that Camaro, pause on it. Did you rewind it?
Yeah,
Did you hit the back arrow?
no,
Oh man, would you go back to the beginning?
no. It's like right here.
Right here. All right, pause. All right, that I believe is not a real flip bumper. Would you like to know why?
Why?
All right, you can pause it right there.
I am. I'm trying to get you better. Look there. Bam.
Okay, this nose around the grill shell sticks
Yeah.
out a little farther on a real one, and see the lights under the bumper. They're called bumper wraps. Okay.
Yeah, I see that.
They're right beside the headlights at the mount.
Oh, so that's how you can tell it's a reproduction.
Yeah, well, that's how you can tell an RS. Only the RS came with flip bumper, but a lot of people, it was a matter of just taking the bumper off, putting bumperettes on the car. So
So
you
it's
could
like
have one, but it's like
it's like a
still
splitter.
cool.
It's like a splitter with fucking lights.
Yeah, but on because that has a bumper normally in front of it, in front of the grill. The grill's set back a little. So on the other one, like I said, you'll see a lip all the way around that grill area.
Yeah.
Yay wide. It's nice and molded. That's why they look different. That's how
I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. And Punky, yeah, I mean, they got so many, Punky, a lot of the car pull-out videos I watched,
Where's this
you got
guy?
a
That's
lot of,
Pottstown?
this is Pottstown still. You got a lot of content creators on YouTube, like big ones that do these car pull-outs. I know Punky's got a ton. Grand National again.
A lot of these guys, they don't care. Like that guy probably didn't care if he got a ticket for that. But,
no, pay $200 is worth the ride. There's Punky.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to have a hood for stick.
Yeah, Pennsylvania sucks for that shit. That's why Florida's great, because we can do anything we want. Our car can be on fire and we won't get it. That's if it's an aesthetic thing.
These guys with the monster 4-wheel drive truck, what they do is they'll put a small set of tires on it for inspection to bring the bumper height down.
Yeah.
What that guy probably does, takes the intake manifold off, bolts a different one on with a different carb, and puts the takes the for inspection, puts his tunnel back.
Yeah.
Car guys care. That's he probably got antique plates, with the hood on.
Yeah. Camaro. I love the new Camaros. I think they did a good job with them. That's a little too boxy in the back on that one. I'll take that Fox.
I do like that Ford, but I've decided I don't think I ever want one with a cage in.
I think cages, unless you're racing it on the track, cages are gaudy and fucking tacky as shit. You're just a fucking wannabe boy.
Usually you got to lose the back.
Yeah, you're literally you're a wannabe boy if you're not tracking that thing. And that's the thing. These kids, these kids go out and they want to race.
Illegal as hell.
Yeah, not here.
In PA, you're not allowed to have any tires sticking out past the center.
Oh, Larry, you should see our trucks here, man. I got to do one of these videos.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And then these are the same people. They stop me and they're like, "Well, we'll race you." I'm like, "Dude, you're squatted, but fucking, you're like 5 feet in the air. I'll kill
far
him."
them tires
what
stick out.
are you doing?
If I was a cop, I'd pull that guy
over. Monte Carlo. Was it a Pontiac? I can't tell.
It's dangerous. Oh,
that's nice. That's really nice. Wow, that's a chunky, tight little ass, isn't it?
Oh, dude, last time I was at Bob's house, this old guy kept driving by with cars, and he pulled by in a Vega, and Bob stopped him to talk to him.
Yeah. Hey, Karen.
And he's got a bunch of them. He just buys them. They're all worth $50,000.
Karen.
This Vega was pubbed out with it, dude. Fucking it had blow on it.
Oh, see what they're doing? Did they have that back then, Larry? I don't remember. Those 45-degree. Yeah, like at an angle.
When they
see, that's pretty sweet.
When they made the road one lane, both directions, that's they only did they did it one side of the street down further into town.
Yeah.
Right. No, just one side.
I don't remember. I haven't been there nearly as much as you were.
All the way down.
I only went like 5 or 6 times. Yeah.
They do park. I think we're losing people. We're not really.
No, what are you talking? Fuck that. It's a car channel. They can go to hell. Only our best friends come in here. We're just talking everything. Who cares? This is where it smells like your father's armpits and motor oil in here. Sorry, folks, but what do you want? Oh, what is that now? Oh, that's a Nova, but why is it?
Chevelle.
Oh yeah, it's a Chevelle.
Like that.
I don't. Oh, now I'll take that instead.
No.
Yeah, I want the Nova every day.
Maybe it's true. Doubt.
Who knows? Yeah,
Like, I
Pennsylvania.
don't, clone cars do not bother.
But no, what the hell? Who
Badge them
cares?
up, stripe them up. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck that. I don't. I agree. Who cares? They
Because
got
the
the
other
fucking
ones-
engine in there.
There's hardly any left. There's a few, and they're fucking priced to the moon.
That's a nice wrap on
You
that.
know?
For,
Like, you ain't touching the Yanko, dude.
I don't know what the Yanko is.
Yanko Camaro. Or
Oh.
Nova. that we just saw.
Look at that. Is that
You
that
don't-
one
wait.
again? Yeah.
You don't
That's
know what Yanko is?
No, I've heard of it, but I don't.
You
I'm
know
not
what
going to pretend.
Baldwin Motion is?
I've heard of it, but I don't. You
These
know.
were dealerships that got cars, worked them to the hilt, and now they're worth a lot of fucking money because they came.
Yeah, I've heard of those names. They are familiar, but I
They
don't
have
know much about.
Better
Oh, that's
suspension, upgraded motor.
there's Larry's Challenger. We're going to get Larry a Hellcat,
Now,
a jailbreak.
the gas miles suck. I just, I want
Yeah,
an old Nova, I
16
want an
miles
old
a
Camaro,
gallon.
something like that.
IROC Z. That's what you need, Larry.
I would drive start. Like,
They're nice.
Yeah.
Karen, how's your day going, honey?
you can make them quick. I just hate, I don't do red sauce. I don't like red sauce,
No.
but they're not bad. What is
Thank you, Zalum Lord. All right, we love you. You were great, and that's a really nice
That's the chart.
Charger. Wow. And now let's go back in time, folks. Oh, you bastards. Jesus. Make sure to take care of your fair to date ticket here at go.com. You know, not a sponsor. Now this is
how
when
it was when I was hanging. Guys.
same street, folks. Same exact street, but what, 30 years ago?
Yeah. This is 93. I hung there 88. 89.
Oh, we didn't watch this one earlier. We watched the 91 job this morning. And they're fun. This is and here's the cool part I was saying earlier, for those that are re-listening or here. The video we just watched is from just last year. This is the same guy on the same, so he's living in the same area in Pennsylvania.
Mark,
See, Larry knows these people here back in the 90s. Like
Mark, I can't think.
Larry was
He ended
drinking
up opening
underage.
a garage down. So
There he is. He's standing right in the corner there, Larry. You see him with the hair? Look, we're going to find him right now. Where is he? He was right there. Look. Where's Mark? Hold on. Mark was right here. We're going to pinpoint Mark. Ready? Hey, and there's Mark. Now, see, how you doing, Mark? Larry hasn't seen you in 30 years. It is Mark,
no,
Larry.
the red Chevelle that drove by. The dude bought.
Oh, so I guess he couldn't be standing there. Well, maybe it was his brother. Okay, you know, you don't know. All right. Look at these nice cars. Now, this is what Larry's talking about. You can see the difference, though.
Yeah,
From
it's 2 lanes on both sides.
it's 2 lanes, and it's kind of packed.
All
with,
muscle. Yeah.
most of the
basically.
cars are
Hardly
muscle cars.
any. Because you got to understand back then, like especially when I was there, just the 88 imports, you know, the 80s, late 80s imports were just now coming around. You know.
Right. So you
So
were
you
just
have some, you know.
you're just seeing Celica Supras. You're just seeing, and you've seen
that
them.
was a newer car back then.
Right.
Celica
And even though it
Supra
was
Supra.
older than,
And people were like, ah, ha, 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 you know.
Yeah, now you can find a Celica
I
Supra
mean, look
from
at this. You're watching all
1978
these tubbed out cars and muscle cars. Just, it's nothing but that.
for 20 grand.
Fucking awesome.
So,
Hi, Karen.
Karen's doing it up.
Anybody
And we're
want to come
doing
up
it
and
up.
chat with us?
Yeah, we don't normally do that.
We have.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
You know, when you got 20 years of YouTube experience between the two of us, and then, you know, been on multiple, it's hard to remember how many channels you have. Look at that. I like that. What is that? Look at the hood scoop on that thing.
That's Mark Bell.
Oh, of course. I pick out Larry's friend. What about that? I want that Nova. I want that Nova.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you can
folks.
pick out a Nova at all.
I can. See, I'm pretty good. I'm good with Nova. I can pick out.
Novas, man.
I get confused with the Chevelle because sometimes they look similar.
Chevelle's wider.
Yeah, okay, that's not going to help. Oh, is that what the fuck?
Another
Oh,
Nova. I
God,
had
did you
one.
see that?
See the big metal bumpers on that?
No, no, no. Hold
Not
on,
that
Larry.
Nova, the last Nova.
This one.
No, the one after that. The one
Okay,
under
but
the other
Larry,
direction.
all right, I got to stop you for a
Yeah,
second.
look at how thin those tires are.
We just what truck did we just look at in the last video from 2024?
I don't know.
Remember that yellow one?
Yeah, dude, I'm not. They're probably all still the same cars around. A lot of them.
That's what I'm saying. Look at this fucking thing
Yeah.
here. Right half. Look at that.
That, yeah,
It's
I'm
the
sure
same
that guy lives
guy,
somewhere
but
in the area, and
he's got
that
long
thing sits in
hair.
the garage.
Dude, that's so
Look,
cool.
Pep Boys. It's not a CVS yet, or a Rite Aid, or whatever the fuck they turned it
Yeah,
into.
Larry used to go in there for his
I worked there,
contraceptives.
dude.
You did?
See
You
that
worked at
Nova
that?
right there. Pause it.
Okay.
See the big bumpers. Seriously, use the button, dude. The arrow button.
Okay. I am. That's
Okay.
what it's doing.
Well,
Is this the,
that car, I had one of. I had a '73 Nova, which is
this
when
one?
the front end changed. If
I'm
you
trying to get it. It's
just
not this
right
one,
after,
right?
no,
It's
use
this one
the
after.
arrow. Use your arrow. I'll get you.
Okay, well, the video's over, Larry. So the fucking button sucks.
No, it
Okay,
works
your
good
button
for me.
sucks. No, it sucks. It sucks ass. You just saw it. You literally, folks, just saw how the arrow button sucks ass.
It moved it back.
No, it moved it forward 5 seconds in
The
the
other
video.
button moves it forward.
I don't want to hear all this hubbub.
You hit the bottom button. I think it scrolls down, and the top button, I forget what it is. It might go back to the beginning.
Probably. Hold on, let me. Technical difficulties here.
Hi,
Well, let's get
Courtney.
that. Oh,
Links in the chat. If anybody wants to pop up and chat with us.
they don't care about us.
Got any car questions?
No, not until they had problems. Let's take a look at this. Now, I don't know what this is, but we're going to take a look at this. Cruising Festus, Maine. Now, thank you, Jeff Kilps, because this video was uploaded 16 years ago. Hopefully, he doesn't give us the old kibosh on the whole thing. And let's take a look at it. I don't know what this is, but it looks like it's got to do with cars. And we're going to take a look at it. And I'll stop it if we need to. All right. Festus Main Street. Where's that, Larry? I don't know what that is.
No idea.
This is the same year Larry was trudging down. But you know what? Another street. Listen, just because it ain't Pottstown doesn't mean we're not interested.
Where is the town called?
Yeah. Festus, Maine. Oh, he gave us the old sack. Says cruising Festus, Maine.
Oh.
This is terrible video anyway. I'm stopping it. This is shitty.
This one says best location.
Oh, fuck that. I don't care about Missouri. All right. Ah. Ooh. This is an interesting one. I bet you Larry never saw this one, folks. And, that's saying something because I've seen it all. Now, let's take a look at this. Now, I hope we didn't see it. Yeah. Okay. This is what we're talking about here. This is that's not a Dodge EV. Okay. That actually had hear that? Nice Mustang. Oh, I love that. I love that one. Courtney would love that. Very nice. Yeah. Thunder, oh, hey, Courtney. Oh, my God. That's ironic.
I said hi to Courtney a couple minutes ago.
I didn't hear it. I did not hear it. Ah, yes. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's a 20-year-old video almost. It's from, take a look. This was 16 years ago by our man's slumlord.
I- okay.
Sure. Okay, there we go. Better. Are you satisfied? No, Larry.
It is what
That
it
I,
is.
that I now see they did have. That didn't look good.
That was a hydraulic car.
Oh, I didn't know they had them back there in the 80s
Oh,
or 90s there, Larry. I mean, I did. Oh, that's nice. I like the red one. That's nice. That's sick. Yeah, that's. I don't care. I don't care. I would never
I never really wanted.
buy.
I had a
Yeah,
38 Plymouth
see, that's sweet
four
too.
door,
Like I would never buy it though.
back doors, suicide door. It had like the movie theater rope. You got the
Yeah.
back seat, there was a rope draped across little end past. That
I was thinking
was
about doing
fun,
that.
man.
I was thinking about doing that in the car. It's a modification, an upgrade. It wouldn't break warranty, but instead of the door handles, I want the strap handles. You know what I mean?
I
And,
had
oh,
delusions of grandeur.
Larry.
I bought it because somebody had swapped a Nova subframe into it,
Yeah,
ready for a small block Chevy setup. You
yeah.
know, I never did anything. I sold it.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. What is that? What's that black one? Hold on.
Got to
Oh, well, I'm going to use the arrow, folks. Ready?
go back one more.
2 arrows, like right there.
That's
That
the
thing.
Charger.
What? Oh, it does. That does look like
That
a
red one that you
Charger.
kept seeing drive by, it's the same fucking thing. Just the front.
Oh, that's kind of sick, bro.
That's PTO.
GTO.
That's a real split bumper RS Camaro, unless they change the front seat metal. A lot of people did that too because they knew about having
That
up top.
that was a nice color. Look at that color.
It's a
That's a
teal, yeah.
sick fucking color. That's a hell of a paint job.
I have a guitar there.
Yeah, why
Not
not?
as bright because
Oh,
dark, you know.
yeah.
But yeah,
Did you hear that? The M4 just went by with its exhaust. No, I'm saying here in
no,
my
I
microphone.
could,
Oh yeah, I can. You could probably almost. You didn't, but that thing's loud as shit.
Again, anybody have any questions or anything you want us to talk about as far as cars go, please, by all means, let us know.
Ooh, I love that
And if you
interior.
haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe for us if you would.
Absolutely, folks. You know, you can only find. I think we're all,
There
ham and
was
eggs over
there,
here,
now
but we
one. I
got
told
bacon too. Huh?
Huh?
Nothing. All right. Oh, now that's pretty nice. Now see,
Marnie
now see
Carlo
the
was
problem
there.
with my car, the Corvette. Oh, now that I can get in. That I can get into. I think that a lot of us here that were born in the 60s and 70s, you know, maybe that's one reason that's a Shelby, isn't it, Larry? Let me ask Larry
I
about
don't
this.
know
I think that's a
about
Shelby
that.
right there. I don't, what are you talking about? I
There you
respect
go. I just
Shelby.
see a snake in the fuck.
That doesn't mean he could have debadged it. These motherfuckers, I don't get the debadging. I get it for the mystery of it. I do get that.
Guys like that would they would go.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it comes with, I'm
That's
not
why guys
debadging
bad
shit, bro.
Malibu or Chevelle.
Shit, I
You know?
want to make my badges twice as big, Fuck that. I'm learning a lot about the car market, though, and how things are working. Right now, folks, if you're looking for a new car, maybe if things are tight right now and you're not sure how things
Cars
will.
cost too much money and
Yeah, well, I'm saying the
got
thing.
to get into a used one. That's
Well, obviously, even if it's certified and used, you need to always do used. But I'm saying, oh, there's a nice Charger. You need to right now leasing is even better than financing. because with the rate of things going up, what people are doing, they're like, well, things change, life changes. So now the big thing is that people are leasing these cars, and you're getting these cars right now today for like at least half the money that it would be to finance them. Because obviously, when you finance it, you own it at the end. But maybe it's time for some folks to start thinking about not owning it once on certain specific vehicles. And like, I'm trying to own mine because I want to trade it in. You know what I'm saying? For something that's twice as expensive and 5 times as old, like 10 times as old. Larry knows what I'm on, and everyone should know. And I'm not going to talk about it, but
Lori
I
had
need.
a car payment when I met her. Got rid of that. Had another car payment.
Yeah. And I'm learning, and I loved, now they're really making me upset. I'm going to just rewind that. Look at that. I want that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. And I love the old Camaros. That's why I love the new Camaros. I think they get, again, I'll say.
They're easier to find.
Yeah. Both
Chevelles are
EVs.
about one of the cars. And then the Dodge are pretty awesome.
My question is this.
You can find them. You're paying money.
I got a question here, Larry, because, and this is actually a good question. And now, and I absolutely get either one of your, both sides of the coin. All this updates and all this all the new stuff flying around there. They're slapping this and that, and it's breaking plastic parts. Why doesn't say so? Let's talk about it for a minute. Like, Dodge made this whole EV thing. I get the whole trend of it. Made this whole EV thing. But if I'm the CEO of Dodge, and I'm not, my question is this: what, as a classic, and this is from me to you, as a classic like muscle car lover, more so than even me, right? My question to you is, what would your feelings be, and why doesn't, my question on my half of it would be, why didn't they go and just say, you know what, why don't we start making the class, why couldn't they just make this body again? Why can't they can do it? Why don't they just make the body like the Supra? Why can't they do it? Why can't they do it and bring them back? Good question, right? It's a decent question.
There's reason.
Why? So that doesn't mean it's not a decent question. I'm just saying.
Structural engineering for crash safety.
Okay. I got it.
The weight of the car. If it's heavy, it'll probably not get through the stringent fucking emission stuff.
But why not just make it then what they're fiberglass, aluminum, like my car? Why can't they just trade materials for it? My thing is,
they could easily put out something that looks just like an old Dodge Charger.
Right. Yes. Let's get to that.
Kinda did with the Challenger, kinda.
They did do pretty good with it.
More rounded. It was air tunnel tested. You got to understand, man. Those old cars, they were doing 80 down the highway comfortably.
Well, come on. Let's be honest here, though. It's 2025.
They had the drivetrain under it that the new ones have.
These people,
and the suspension, shit like that.
No. These people can do it. If they wanted to do it, they could do it. They could make it into a fiberglass body, bring it out. All right. But that's you answered my question. Now I thought of a second question. Oh, well, what's the other reasons?
Okay. You ever see all the new cars, like what Toyota's doing? They did it with the Tundra or the Tacos, right? And they did it with a bunch of the cars. Those big grills.
Oh, yeah, the Lexus grills, I call them. Because Lexus kind of started it.
They fall into trend to make people want to buy the cars. A lot of people that drive do not want something that's a niche.
Well, they're getting out of that, though, they've said.
What?
The whole big grill thing, that's dead.
Yeah, no, because it
That's
died.
dead.
It's not a thing anymore. That was a
Yeah.
thing for like a generation, you know. But yeah, no, it's because the young people don't want cars. They think these things are ugly. You know,
How?
they just do.
That's like saying,
They do. They think a Honda looks neat.
and they think a fucking rice burner sounds good too,
Yeah,
Larry.
like no, none of them like Harley. They all want they like cars.
A Harley Davidson is the loudest vehicle on the road you can find. Okay, it's gorgeous, and I don't care. I live next to a street, Larry, and I have them running down. We have Daytona's 2 hours from me. I trust me, stirred, all that. There's a lot of bikers.
The point of it is,
and I don't mind.
trying to sell cars.
Right.
Straight up, that's their purpose. Sell cars. What does the mass public? So just
It wants
because
grinding gears.
I think it was cool that they tried and kind of got close with a couple of the cars, the Mustang, the Challenger, and the Camaro. Right? It was cool.
Yeah.
They got not real close, but kind of the closest one I think was the Challenger. Okay. That they said, "Oh, there's Bob's Nova." I rode in that car many, many, many. Rewind that shit. Rode in that car
Okay.
many, many, many times.
Arrow button, folks. It's not working. God damn it. Oh, I see what's happening. You have to be on the ticker.
You have to.
That white one here with this one here, folks.
Yeah,
I'm going to pause it. I will. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to wait till it breaks.
See the hood.
No,
maneuvers?
hold on. I'm going to get it up close. What the fuck, man? This guy sucks.
When it goes behind the tree, it ends.
Yeah. Sorry, you don't suck, dude. You were great.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah. So when he bought that car, he didn't like the stripe. He wanted to paint that car pants.
No, I think that's sick.
Now,
you don't find racing stripes like that.
I fixed a rust hole on the passenger side front fender right below where it was the black stripe is on the bottom.
Yeah.
I fixed the rust hole in there. That was just all undercoating that somebody, when they painted it, they for rock. Right?
Yes.
So when I fixed it, it was an easy just to with undercoat it.
Right.
And I did it without him knowing. It was parked.
Mm-hmm.
Stripe on the side. Someone, whoever he bought it from, wanted to make it like Yanko. So they put the Yanko stripe on it.
I got you.
I particularly love that car. There was a point in time when he says, "Hey man, let me borrow your car. I had an Eagle Premier." So, and he said, "Let me borrow that car, man. I need to go to the store." I knew why he was asking. That's his only car. It's got 410 gears. You don't want to be driving down the fucking store, right? What the fuck are you?
I'm testing. Look how cool it is.
So he loaned me his car. He's like, "Here, man, don't wreck it." I was like, "All right." I drove it once. I drove it like over to Spring City and then turned around and came back. So,
right.
Where am I going to go? Like,
I think it's sweet.
But
personally.
I love driving the car.
Oh, you drove that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Dude, I put heads on.
Look at this. See, double lanes, folks.
He's like, he bought a set of fucking heads from me. He's like, "Hey, man, how much to put them on?" I was like, he's like, "Will you do it for $100?" I was like, "Sure." Right?
Why not?
Dude, it's got headers. It's got valve covers with little twist things. I didn't even need a wrench to get the valve covers off. It's just, they're easy. They're small block Chevy. So I threw a set of heads on it. Knocked it out one day.
I love a fucking.
And
look at that Suburban. Larry drove that around town too. Now see here, this is where it started. But he wasn't squatting.
No, they didn't squat back then.
They didn't squat back in the 90s.
I don't ever see any. Haven't seen anybody squat around here either.
No, that's
like a
his shit.
thing.
No, I muted.
I'm
did you
sure
see
they
that self-editing?
I'm sure
folks?
it's coming here too.
Completely. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you knew what I said, right? Like I just don't like it.
No.
I told my buddy Bays
we
at
went
work.
from an era
I said, do
where
not
the back was
squat your
jacked
truck.
up, right? You had a rate on the car back then. If you were sitting level or sitting a little low, no. But see, now I look at certain cars. It used to be all jacked up, right? Jim Suarez car. When they look
Jacked
level,
up.
right?
Jack
See
it
that
up,
Mustang?
folks. New saying here on
Dude,
what's our channel's name? Okay, yeah.
If you go back, like you can see Bob's car, he had extended tackle. He had multi-leaf rear leaf springs put in just to lift the fuck back the car up. Because that's kind of what you did, you know.
Oh yeah, it was a different
I
time.
always used air shocks. They were cheaper, and if you just put air in it, goes in the back. Rode like shit.
Yeah.
It would clear some tires. Like, that was the whole big
Oh,
tires
the
in the back,
fatties. Yeah,
little
he
ones,
went to
skinnies
slicks.
up front. Yep,
Yeah.
like that. Weenies in the back, feet cutter. Oh, yeah. That shit gets fucking. You can see the fuel pump hanging down.
Wheels in Motion presents Car Stories on the Road in Downtown Pottsville. This is another video that's like,
Down.
look at this guy. Thank you, Dan, or whoever your name is.
Argento's Pizzeria.
Yeah, you've probably eaten there, haven't you? Haven't you? Of course we have. I haven't
Yeah,
eaten
this
there.
is my stomping ground, dude.
Yeah, this is why we're playing. This is why this is content, folks. This is real content. We're going back to Larry's roots here.
What
We're
year is
talking
this?
about it.
2012.
2012. It's a well, yeah. Actually, it looks like it was uploaded 2012. Let's take a look. No, this was 12 years ago. Thank you, the PCTV network. Okay, we appreciate it. Strike us if you want. You're probably dead by now, so that's fine. And www Wheels.
I should be wearing my H&H Wheels hat for this show.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, get your wheels out on there. Yeah. Now, what's he got to say about all this?
And also went to a project, a 1967 Ford Galaxy that was through the efforts of Pottstown Classic Car
Larry,
Club.
it's our car
It was
channel.
restored and
we're doing
repainted
it,
and
man.
running.
We're talking
And
about
tonight
cars.
they're going to hand the keys over to Brad Heron.
Ooh, Brad
How many cars
Heron.
do I own? What, right now?
That's a good.
Three.
That's a good question. Three car boy. He's a rich boy, isn't he?
No, I got my 97 Jeep. We just
He's a rich boy,
and I got my
and he
69
won't
Chevy
go
Star
far
F5.
because he don't know how to
By the way, I got to ask everybody out there, how is my mic? Because Steve's last night kept dropping and dropping and dropping in volume. I think I fixed it.
Well, Mark wouldn't shut the hell up, and he's a loudmouth idiot.
I was physically, like, with my eyeballs watching when I go on the sound settings and it's got my volume control. I put it to 100. I start talking and I'm watching it drop.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, what? So I changed the settings. Like, I watch videos. I changed the fucking settings. And I never did a restart. So when I woke up this morning, still fucking doing it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Right?
Oh.
And I finally did a restart and it worked. So I can scream into it and it stays at 100.
Yeah.
But anyway, I figured out different audio codecs for StreamYards or OBS, which is what we're using. I'm actually streaming this on this channel.
You know what, Larry? You gotta help me out.
Well, hang on.
The stupid
You're
hair of mine. I
Mark. Okay. Yes. I wasn't done. Now I'm gonna forget what the fuck I was saying. Oh, I changed the audio encoder, and it seems like it made the stream louder. How does this sound to you guys? Moldy Potato, I was an auto mechanic for a lot of years. I was one ASC away from being a master tech, but I never went back and took the transmission, even though I've built transmissions, right? But I failed it because I built like turbo 350s and shit that did not have electric shift cell noise.
Yeah, turbo, bruh.
So I failed that test. And I just never went back. I was like, good enough. It got me into like Ford and Land Rover, you know. So anyway, yeah, I rent. And then when I got tired of renting, 96, I think it was, cars got to be real tight in the under hood area, front wheel drive shit. You know, this much space between the fucking inner fender and the fucking water pump. I was
At
like, you
all.
know what? I got to do something else. Like, I
Anyway.
just started doing air conditioning. Got into commercial air. That's what I did.
Oh, yeah.
This is why I know about cars, but I'm not super schooled on the new shit. I understand a lot of it, but hand me a stand tool, I'll be fucked.
Well, see, this is where I'm trying to come in here. Like I and Larry, like I'm trying to learn about these newer car engine builds and the electronics of it all. And I'm
I know
trying to think,
some because I watch a lot of
well,
shit.
you will still know a lot more than me,
And
but
when I
I'm trying
watch
to
the
fill in
shit, I
gaps
get
and
what they're
stuff,
doing.
which,
I
yeah.
catch the little tidbits of information thrown out there. Go, ooh,
Mhm.
Lord.
Thank you, car care nut.
That's how I know about when you do turbos, you have to, you're not going to run a 5 to 10 thousand ring gap on your piston ring. You have to run like 20, 40
No.
ring gap
Listen, kids, if you're
when you're boosted. That's on
if,
any application. Does
if there's any of you kids out there, all right, and you got first of all, they said it first there over at Collector Car Feed. Do not modify the bank's car. Stop modifying. Stop. Just stop. Because I'm going to tell you what, when you trade it in, and you will,
drive it till the warranty's up, and then do whatever the fuck you
do
want
whatever
with it.
you want. No, absolutely. Do whatever you
Just,
but
just put a
however,
turbo
no,
in it, put a
no.
bigger motor in it, put whatever.
Not
know.
all the time though.
But
Because listen,
let's be honest, dude. There's certain things you can do. You can change
you
the
can
stuff
do
out.
it.
They don't give a
You
fuck
can
about
do it.
that.
But what I'm saying is, chances are you're gonna end up trading the car in. Eventually, you're gonna, unless you get a new. What's up,
Unless you
Sean?
know how to work on it. What up, Sean?
Unless you can work on that particular mode. That's just why these older cars are more favorable for a lot of people because
Put your
they're
camper
not.
back on for.
Why?
Just put your camper back on.
Give me a minute here. Where the hell's my thing here?
I don't know. Well, I don't know what the fuck
Over
you're doing.
here.
Okay.
Sean the Brett.
That is Fourscore with the porn stash. I know he was
What?
talking about the other guy that's, talking to the girl, but I don't think that.
Why not?
Four is rocking the
I'm like the
porn stash
Borat
tonight,
of the
Sean.
channel. What the hell? I like that movie. Ever see that movie, Borat? It's pretty fucking good. I was like, I'm never watching that stupid movie. And then I watched. I was like, that's
Great,
pretty good. That's pretty fucking good movie.
I only ever seen it a couple times, but I remember laughing my ass off. But
I
then there's
couldn't. Oh
certain
yeah,
scenes I was like, oh, come on, guys.
and I'm a pretty hard critic. I was like, it's pretty good. I mean, I'll give it to that. I got to pee, folks. I'm going to throw this on, and we'll let Larry.
He's a war veteran.
I don't want to watch this.
No, you're going to watch it.
No, I'd rather watch a cruise.
Oh, okay. I can do that too. Listen,
brother.
we're ready. I'm ready to go, Larry. You see what I'm talking about?
We just watched this one.
No, we didn't.
I'll watch it again. There's Bob's Nova.
Well, I can't, I mean, then let's go here. Let's watch some pull-out videos. That's the end of that.
No,
look at this. Now we're talking. Look at this C6 Corvette here. Now I can get that.
Pottstown? Yes, we are.
Is that a Testarossa? Are you fucking kidding me? I know.
Sometimes they will close the whole thing just to have and it's not closed.
I'm doing this on this is a Pottstown stream. Stock will always sell easier. Yeah, when you trade it in, Sean, was what I was saying.
Yes, only one side of the street got the angled parking.
Yeah, there's the C6, I believe. There's a C5, 4. I don't know. I don't know I don't like most Corvettes. I only like the ones that are like C6, C6, C7. The C8s are incredible.
Cool. I would drive. I mean,
no.
Someone gave it to me.
Yeah, if you gave it to me and paid me for the maintenance, I'd buy it.
Like one that looked like anyway.
Yeah.
What year is
this?
Look
at that. Ferrari.
What year?
This year is 2023. This looks like old footage from 2002, a year and a half ago. All right, give me a second, Larry. I'm going to be back. I got to pee.
I wish I knew when these cruises are going on, because I'd be fucking down there.
Oh, yeah, I know. Right? Well, I said the Punky earlier.
I will be when I get my truck
Texas.
on the fucking road.
Look at that, child. Oh, that's bad. You want to know a new one, kids? Look at that. That's where it came from, kids. That's what you should be saving for. And by the way, you can get like a pretty nice one for half the price.
They got close with the Challengers, but not exact. That car was. You remember that car way back when?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Look at there. What does that look like, teams?
Looks like a Challenger.
It's a Challenger. They did a good job with
That's
it.
a
Dodge
real
did a
old
really good
Challenger.
job with it. I remember when my buddy John, he got his
Oh, look at that,
Challenger
55.
like the second year it came out, and he loved it. He
What
knew what
plate?
he wanted. You know, he picked it up, and it was gorgeous. And it was
An old.
it was what it was. It was like gunmetal gray, like charcoal gray. It was really really nice. He did a really good job.
All right, welcome, Charlie Bean.
Welcome, Charlie. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. You know what? Let's go back a little bit. So you that steak body, right?
Hold on. It's not working here again, Larry. What the hell? There we go.
All right, pause. See how it's got wheelie bars and big weenies under it?
Larry loves big weenies,
Those are
folks.
easy to, because think about it. They're dual.
Look at the skull.
You can put those guys' tires on
Right feed.
dualies all day long.
Is that a Toyota truck?
Yeah, looks like
Okay. Oh, I'm just wondering because it has a Toyota sticker.
Yeah.
It looks like a Chevy.
like a Chevy Love. But
It looks like a Chevy truck
one
with
of
the Toyota sticker, which is
Toyota
fun.
fucking-
All right, I'll be right back. I'll let this roll for you, Larry. You can
All
comment me. I won't be long. Just a minute. Let me find my thing. Right. Okay. I'll be right back, folks.
All right,
Look at that.
that's the thing.
That's one of those things. I haven't seen a leg car in years. What about that? Huh?
Oh, probably.
Right.
So what's going on, everybody? Grand Prix. My stepdad had one. Looked like the same here. He saved up extra and got the 455. For those of you that don't know, I grew up around this area. I hung out there pretty much every weekend, watching cars go by, being like going out and races. Am I in a garage? Nah, dude, I'm not. That's just the background. Can't you tell how weird it's picking my head? You know.
I'm enjoying the carbon monoxide headache.
That Lincoln? Look at that. That's different. Wow. I think it's the Lincoln. I can't fucking tell. Oh yeah. Seasonal GTO. Old Chevy 2. Another Chevy 2. Thing's clean. AI is becoming too real. Yeah. Yeah, kind of off topic, but yeah, you're right. Light him up, old man. Come on. Don't stuff your rib. Oh, he's not old, is he? Oh, they're even parking on the other side the way they're not supposed to. Okay. I guess the cops don't care. It's like a parquet. Shit. Nice. Beautiful cars. There's a building across the street, the Island Dean. Sign it. That used to be a massage park. up.
Right there, Larry. What is that? What do they call those things? Hold on, let me.
What?
You hear that? The engine? That's something you put on. That's something that's on the engine that makes it idle so low like that. What is that? Choppers? No, not called that, but it makes it feel.
Got a damn concrete.
Cams. I want the Supra. I want my Supra with cams, Larry. I want it to
You
be
want to cam out? You want to cam out a car that has
Ha!
variable valve timing?
No, I don't. I don't know what that means. I mean, is that? Oh,
Adding duration.
ah!
It's
Is that a Barracuda? That's a Barracuda. I know
Barracuda.
Barracuda.
You hear the lumpy idle is because
Yeah.
around town cruising they suck, but open
Ah.
are good.
You
So
see that
for
Barracuda?
racing, you want something
Look.
to go
Oh, that's a GTX. Never mind. I thought that. I always see that color, and I
You
immediately.
asked me a question. Right here. God.
Well, God dang it, Larry! I got more questions.
Mustang GT very similar to that GT500 this past. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. Don't lie. I'm
Yeah.
not a Ford fan. I'm not a Mustang fan, but my buddy Bob just got a Mustang.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
GT, but it's a 4.7 or whatever the fuck. It's not a 5.0.
We're gonna take a look at.
That's sweet.
Oh yeah, look at that. I don't like the rivet on that.
No, I meant the
Charlie, we're gonna take a look at your 07 GT here in a minute. What color is your car?
Bob's might even. I mean, is yours the 5.0 or is it the? What is? I think it's a 4.7. I'm not a Ford guy. Yeah.
I love a
Look at that.
Mustang,
He's got
Charlie.
the-
I
he's
would.
got the Yankos
Oh,
too.
that's sick, bro. I would love. I tell
See
you
that?
what, I'm not a mass. I am.
SYC.
Oh, I want that. Oh,
That-
look.
SYC is the
Are-
Yanko.
Oh, are you? Ah!
Lowe's and Home Depot both can't
Stupid.
stand when you do
Well, you know
this.
what, folks? If
But
you
there's
need some
nothing they can do to
stuff to
stop
do,
you.
then Lowe's is the place for you. Not a sponsor,
If
but
I send you a link, will you fucking download the free fucking pop-up block?
yeah, I don't care. This is look at this continuance. That's a nice fucking. That's a nice fucking hood. Yeah, that's, I was just gonna say. All right, 2007 Mustang
Flip
GT.
bumper
What color
Camaro with
is
the
your?
round- Remember I was saying about the round light of the bumper?
Yeah.
See that one? The green one? Two Novas together. They almost look like twins. Put a twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even got the road kind of half close there. Yeah, see the round light Camaro?
Oh.
Instead of being under the bumper. That's the C28. Oh, it's got the killer Camaro tail short. The wing on the back. That's the killer. That's what they called. There's another Yanko. A lot of Yanko clones out there, dude.
Oh, there's Larry.
One.
What's that? All right, there's a nice
Yeah,
Camaro.
but did you
real quick.
see on that one? Did you see the fender fin on that Nova?
Yeah.
And they usually come with the hood louvers. That's
Yeah.
that's what came on them if you had a 400.
Okay.
I
Okay.
almost bought a blue one, two-door with those, and the hood louvers. My fucking buddy Bob, the one with the white Nova, talked me out of it. Both these shit. No, I could have
Turn
been.
that up. Whatever, Bob.
You might as well.
Charlie. Oh, I can't. I'm sorry. I love the sound of that
Yeah,
Mustang.
the 4.6. Okay.
Oh,
That's
God
what
damn.
Bob has.
That
Dude.
shit went.
I drove it.
You might as well.
I didn't do all that with it. Okay. And that but yeah, I drove Bob's, dude, and I've tried out Mustangs at dealerships and shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Like the old Fox body Mustangs, the one right after that where they got a little bit rounded. I sat in those. I almost bought a gold one with like front end kit. And I drove them and I just didn't like them.
Yeah.
I drove Bob's. You sit down lower. It just a way better feeling car. And I believe his is the 2007, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, this guy knows how to drive a Mustang, at least.
And that year, it was like the year we got the
That's a nice car. Looks great. Sounds wonderful. I really would, if I had the money, I would like to get a dark horse. That's just awesome.
Nice.
Nice car, man.
Charlie
Nice
said
car,
his,
Charlie.
his 07 runs 1170s on motor. In a quarter? I hope that's
Yeah.
a quarter.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a quarter.
Well, a lot
That
of
would be a
guys
good
only do
race,
8-mile
Charlie,
races
between
now.
my Super and your Mustang. I'll race your Mustang. Friendly race. We'll meet
Dude,
up here. And
Mustangs are fast. They're light.
I know
got a
they
short
are.
Wheelbase.
I want a
They're
dark
just
horse.
fast.
I just love the whole.
The old
I've
box
heard
bodies
one.
are some of the fastest shit you can put on a fucking racetrack. I know that.
Yeah, or a GT 500. I'd like.
When you're a Chevy guy, that kind of hurts. Okay.
Well, yeah,
Look
but
at
I
that, I
also
love
love
that.
Chevy. I love all car makes. That's the thing. It's like races in the
don't-
world.
Back in
Like
the day,
I love all
wanted a
races,
car
so
that
I
was
love
fast
all.
off the line, and I didn't give a fuck. I was building my truck for that back in the day. It has a 3,000 volt converter.
Yeah.
You know, 3-inch pipe. It's fucking loud and obnoxious.
Yeah, Charlie, I'm over here in
And
St.
I
Augustine,
wanted-
Florida. We got a ton of Mustangs out here. They're Mustang bulls out here, bro. Just like so I get to see a lot of them, and I'm fine with it. I enjoy hearing the Mustangs late at night, 2 in the morning. You could hear them a mile and a half away, dude, 2 miles away.
I want to
Like
change mine to a quieter exhaust with Flowmasters, because right now I have Raven mufflers. They sound really good, but I think
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know what that is. Holy shit. Oh my God. I know what that is.
The exact same thing as the
Yeah.
Flowmaster, but the internal baffle is not. They're waved. They're two
Well, now
plates
that I
are
didn't.
welded in there and they wave the sound.
Yeah.
Instead of little fucking trap doors that down. So, same fucking thing. I would rather. I like the sound of the Flowmasters more. It's a higher thinking bit. So I'd like to get rid of the 3-inch and go with like the 2.5, 2 3/4 Flowmaster bit on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have another cultivator that's a little over like 2,000 tall. I
Yeah.
want to put that in it because I don't want to race the thing. I just want to drive.
Of course.
I'd
Yeah.
love to put an overdrive transmission, and, stuff like that, so I can cruise, and it wouldn't kill me on fucking gas like it does. Dude, I'm going down the highway doing fucking. When I was driving down to Virginia, and I hit those roads that were 70, I'm in there doing on the one side doing 60, and it's going. Rah! People are driving past me, thumbs up and shit. It's a pickup truck. It didn't have like fucking highway.
Yeah.
Had
This
farm-
is 2016, Larry. This is a little bit different. This is at the Mickey D's.
that might-
You probably know some of these people. That's a
Yeah,
fucking
that's
sweet ride. You probably know some of these folks in here, especially if they're in that age group. You probably have gotten a fist fight with
I
that guy in
probably
high school.
knew him and forgot him.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, that's what's cool about this. That's why we're playing this tonight. We were talking about the Dodge EV and making fun of that fucking
Yeah,
disaster.
that used to be a Taco Bell over there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Or Jerry's.
your
Chicken.
wife's the dead, huh? Oh, a Cook's Law. Oh, a Cook's. I know that name,
What year
Charlie.
is
This is 19. I'm sorry. This is 2016.
that?
This
might
is
still be a
July.
Taco Bell Charger. That's that same Charger, the green one.
I love
He's
how
still
this is.
cruising it around.
Charlie, we're both from Pennsylvania and kind of close to the Pottstown area. This is why we're watching these kind of videos. We were after making. Oh, look at that.
I could see that.
That's
the thing.
interesting.
That was the other turnaround, right? You had Dempsey's down at the bottom of the.
Oh,
hill.
this is when you would
This
go
is-
back down the other side of the
you
strip.
come
Yeah.
up, you pull into McDonald's. McDonald's didn't give a fuck. There was always a car show at McDonald's.
Oh, I remember that. Oh,
Now the
look at this.
old
Look at
guys
that. Look at
went
that.
up the street a
that.
little further, and they parked at the Dunkin' Donuts, and
Yeah.
that was all of the big 40s cars, wide fender, street rods and shit. They were all parked up
Yeah,
there,
baby.
and at
Got
the
the wide bodies.
there was
Oh,
an
look at that.
AMP
Viper.
grocery store, right?
Yeah.
Across the street, and that plot used to get filled up with old heads.
Box body.
Like these are all the young guys that are looking for races, whatever. There was a lot of.
Oh
races.
yeah, there was a lot of them back then.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody
Steve
had.
Thomas Howell days.
And I got to admit, I have it on my truck too, a reverse plate switch. pop them on if you wanted to race. Mine's
Oh,
not.
I
I
see.
don't
Yeah.
have it for that reason.
Right.
So, but it's, if you forget to turn that off and you're driving down the road, you'll get pulled over
Yeah.
in incitement of race.
I
And then they
hated
get
that
you for it.
Mustang. I hated that body, that style right there. That one right there. I hated that one. This guy Don at my work had one. There's a Mercury.
But I put the reverse switch in because
I
I
think it
didn't
is.
feel like hooking up the reverse light on the fucking
Can't see.
shifter I put in. Right?
Yeah.
And a neutral safety switch. And I don't have one. I can start it here.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. Let's take a look at.
But having the reverse lights on the switch is cool if somebody's high beaming you from the back. You just flick the reverse lights up. So
Yeah.
usually
I
get
love my auto dimming lights. I thought that was one of the best features that the newer car, one of the best newer features in cars. And you know what? I think maybe
Did
coming
you
up.
read Charlie's comment, dude?
What's that?
He says, "Oh yeah, mine wakes the dead. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hooked long tube headers, 3-inch
Yeah.
selectors, 3-inch pipe with X pipe with 3-inch all the way out the rear with straight through mufflers, fully stable."
Wait a
Sweet.
minute. Now, Charlie,
Dude,
now let me ask
I
you.
used to go up the fucking hill in Royersford, and I'd set off car alarms. Do you do that?
I don't
That's
do
new.
that. Not with the
I didn't
Supra.
like
No
doing it,
way.
but
Hey,
what am I
not
gonna
with the
do? I had to
stock.
drive up the fucking road.
No, I would
Right?
have to.
Turn your
That's
sensor.
not.
Ooh, that's nice.
I want to
Going out.
ask you guys, you and Charlie, or something. Now I'm in the market now. I didn't. That's a nice. That's nice. That's nice. I'm in the market now. I was trying to buy a puppy, and that was a few $1,000s. Now I'm not buying it because I want to get the pick of the litter, and I'm going to wait. As hard as that
Yeah,
is,
see
right,
that
Larry?
Nova? That's like a
Yeah.
73 or newer.
Oh, I
You
see
just see
it.
the front, big
I
front
see
bumper,
it.
the different grill. I had a
The
black one,
matte, the
but it was
matte fucking
hatchback.
red.
If it
Oh,
was
okay.
trunk, I'd still have it, but it was hatchback. And
At
yeah, they're
that
more
point, who
rare, but
cares,
try
Larry?
and find back glass for it if it breaks. You're not.
That's well, today's day and age, you could get whatever you want made at this
You
point.
can't get. Okay, so you get wrecked in the
3D
back, fine
printers,
to have.
Larry, have made it possible.
If I
You
ever got
3D
into
print
a
it.
rear end accident in that car, I'd have to change it over to a trunk.
I'm not saying you're not going to pay $2,000 for it. I'm just saying
If you
you
can
can get
find
it.
it for real.
Well, no,
It'd be cheaper to go out and buy another one because when it
would.
comes to Novas,
It
you
would.
have that
Get a
era,
Cadillac to
73 and
fill.
newer, and then when you jump back, that like what was it, 72 and to 68, I think it is, or 69,
I don't
prices
know.
skyrocket. That once they hit the body change for 73, and those are going to go up too. But right now,
Well,
you can
that.
get one for $8,000. Nice,
Yeah.
nice condition.
Yeah, I
This
wonder
seems like
now,
all the car
Larry.
prices are going up though. All the old muscle cars again.
Well, you know what? I was just saying. I check every other
That's
day.
nice.
Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah.
I had two Camaros like that. They were fun to drive. I will say that. Fun to fucking drive. Not in the rain.
Yeah, look out.
Gas ends just break loose.
I'm all right in the rain. I do all right.
Well, you got
It's
traction
not too.
control. That's good.
Yeah.
I remember getting loose on dry pavement, not trying to. You just pull out real fast because you're trying not to get hit in the fucking ass and it goes, "Ah,"
Mm.
what are you going to do? Oh, a Hearst old 442. See that guy right there? He could put those weenies on the back of that.
Yeah,
If he wanted to.
if he won.
You don't
But
have
will
to
he?
have 4 tires in the back. You can have 2.
Ooh, look at that side exhaust. That's close.
Fucking Maverick. Yeah. Bag
That's
of
kind
wagon.
of sick. That's kind of
That's a
cute.
bag of wagon.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Vegas were
sick,
fucking
bro.
sweet. There's no room,
Shit.
dude.
Oh,
You are
forget about
scrunched
it.
in there
I'll
next to
take.
someone else. There is no room under the hood for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vegas are cool. They're small and light. They were like the Mustangs back in the day.
Yeah.
small and light and could be real fast. Those are fast, believe it or not. Paramount.
The four, yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
This is all still in Pottstown, folks. This is not turn. That is fucking sick.
Yeah, that's the one we see.
That is nice. Look at the front end. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking.
That's pretty
Oh,
fucking.
do you see the? Hang on, go back a little bit. You
All
can
right.
see it in that picture. Go back. Yep. All right. Pause. All right. Pause. See the nose extension?
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? Where the grill is?
It's fucking sick.
Like this,
right there.
This far of an
Bam.
extension. Yeah, that's how you can tell a real split bumper.
Dude, that's
and the lights
insane.
in the top.
That's insane. And look at that engine bay.
And you could change yours. It's what, 2 fenders and a fucking grill shell in the front, new grill, and a new front balance or whatever, and the under stuff and bumpers.
Yeah.
Guys change them over all the time. That could be a 70 or that could be what is it, a 73? Because I think it was only the 70.5 came out in those.
Right.
Split bumper. But you could change.
With the
you could change up until the round taillights stop happening, which is what I think up to a 73.
That I don't know. I don't know that.
Different taillights, like the little corner ones.
The ones, yeah, because then they started getting square. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you had the round taillights, that's an easy changer. That's not cheap anymore. It used to be real cheap, dude. Got 120 for each fender and fucking.
Well, now you're gonna pay $1,000 for someone to do it.
Yeah, you're paying over $1,000 for it.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie says
you could do it.
Yes, it will set car alarms off. Yep. I've had people on the phone as I come home listening outside on purpose, and they could hear it miles away as if I lay into it. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh,
my father-in-law's '69 Buick GS. Oh, is very loud as well. He is running long tube headers with full 3-inch. His motor is a 464 Buick making over 700 HP. Well, he'd house my Supra, Charlie, probably. So that's with 700 torque.
When I moved my 69 Chevy pickup down to Virginia, my wife was at the house, right? And it's out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And on the way down, a couple times I had to stop, and I had a wire on the back of the alternator kept getting fucked up, right?
Right.
And I wouldn't know. It would just start draining the battery until it started running funny, and then I'd pull over and fix it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it started. Yeah, anyway, I limped it all the way down there. When I got off the exit, Lori's sitting out there with my mom because she knew I was close, right? And it had to be 1.5 miles away, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Here he comes." My mom goes, "What? You don't hear him?" He goes, "That's him." He goes, "Yeah, he's getting off the highway." Right?
3 miles away.
Something's wrong. It's not running right.
Oh.
He could hear it.
It's a knocking.
And I limped it all the way up that long ass back road, right? Go and turn onto the dirt road, go to fuck up. I get to the top of the hill, the fucking thing dies. And I coast it into my mom's driveway.
Oh, shit.
Lori's like, "What's wrong with it?" Because I could tell there was something wrong. Like, yeah, fucking alternator. Something I gotta fix. Easy fix. But
these motherfuckers. All this shit is for sale, Larry. Look at these cars for sale.
Good.
Look at this. Look at this.
But how much?
It doesn't matter. Look at that. Look at that.
Got an extra 20 to 30, 40 on you.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's probably fucking 40 grand.
Oh, look at the fucking air filter. Okay, now
there's a parking lot right over there. Around the corner is a good steak shop, and then down at the end of the block, and down another half a block is Gaza.
I didn't see it. What?
Cheesesteak places, man.
What? Ooh, Corvette. Chevy.
I'm trying to get my bearings. I think they're down past the road you would go to Gazo's, because they're down by Dempsey's. And I don't think that's Dempsey's. Yeah, because right there, I went and got my tuxedo fitted for my wedding at that one place.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
they're down
Buick
by
runs in the
Dempsey's.
nines
The
on
other-
on motor. Oh,
the other
wow.
turnaround.
Oh,
Yeah, see
oh,
that big
oh,
brick building? They just
look at
installed
that.
that. That was where the train station was, right next to Dempsey's.
Yeah.
Dempsey's is right at the light. I don't even know if it's still there. It was like a design restaurant. You know,
These are
Bob's
just
Big
gorgeous.
Boy.
Oh,
You know,
I
that's
remember. Remember
famous,
the big
right?
Bob's at the side? I remember.
That
Bob's
was right
had
there
good
at
food.
that light. The Bob's
Hey,
Big Boy stood there
he
for
had some good
fucking
food.
eons, dude.
That's kind of hot. I like that hot rod.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not a
nice.
big hot rod fan, but I'll take.
But that's a
I
municipal building there in front.
that's fine. That's sick. Just watch watch the door. It's gonna get hot.
I used to love cruising the strip. Buick. What about my father-in-law's '69 Buick GS? Figured that also had run two better motors.
Yeah.
Making over 700.
Yeah, 700 horsepower with 700 pounds of torque. With 700 pounds of torque.
Buick runs 9 motor. I'll bet.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
used to love cruising the strip at night years back at Hampton Beach, New Hampshire. RC.
It's not.
And for nowadays, you get something like this that happens, especially in that town when they wanted to outlaw. They would ticket you if they seen you cruising the strip more than 3 times. If a cop sat there and seen you go by 3 times, you're getting
Yeah,
pulled
you
over.
get pulled over.
You got
They
a fucking
take your
ticket.
drugs. I can't tell how many times I've been busted by the cops. And back in the
Yep,
90s.
there it is. Dempsey's.
Yeah, you gotta love Dempsey's. Here.
Is the Bob Big Boy still out front? There was Kiss Honda down the road too. That shut down. Kiwi Shoe Polish Factory all the way at the end by the bridge.
Well, see, here's the problem here with all this. This this is what it has changed, Charlie, and this is what it's changed to. Ready?
2024 Dodge Charger Daytona's Fratsonic exhaust. To start, we have
Fratsonic.
auto, and I can't rev it. But then you move to
Fratsonic.
sport, gets a little louder, has a little rev. Now we go to track,
Doesn't that make your fucking
Much louder.
balls come up into your fucking body?
Harder
Like,
rev.
What the fuck?
and we finally go to drag, which is the loudest.
It should just
You
go
know,
lame.
this is when a car company. Here, listen. When a car company has a vehicle, and they put time and effort into it, and then they do it for 1 year. Was this a 1 year deal here with this EV charger? Yes, it was.
Because
pretty
EVs,
sure.
they quickly realized EVs were not selling. Nobody wanted EVs. So guess
Right.
what they did?
So
They reintroduced the Hemi.
yeah,
That's what they did. They went, okay, we know what you want, and it's not this.
yeah.
That thing's fucked.
That's what these ding dongs and idiots are doing to the car culture here.
Not my favorite car because it's too square and pointy, but it's
Bunch of
cool.
morons.
It's very cool.
These EVs
that.
have no heart and soul. There's no heart. When you start
Charger.
it up, it's like, okay, so someone give me a blowjob
They're
here.
okay,
I mean,
they're
that's
bubbly.
great, but
That's nice. I like that white.
that is nice, the white one.
Yeah.
And I don't like rag tops, but I'll take that.
I like that. But those
I don't care for those. I
too
don't
hard
care.
to work on.
Ironically, right? You can see the
afraid of
whole engine.
chipping-
It's like, well,
Dude, I
how
would be
easy?
afraid of chipping the hood every time I had to remove it.
Yeah, it's like
You know, let's
it's
be
like
real.
it's like working. It's like restringing a Gibson.
Yeah, you're real careful.
It's like restringing a Gibson with 2 backhoes. You know what I'm saying? Like Larry understand what I'm getting at there. You don't want any. You can't have a dent or a scratch in your Gibson. You just can't.
When I
Or
was
you might as well
younger,
just buy
I
a new one.
remember people doing burnouts on the main drag along the boardwalk. It was a hoot. Now the cops patrol the main drag and make sure your radio isn't too loud. Never mind the
Oh,
burnouts.
God.
Yeah, no shit.
Right?
It's a damper. I get
That's
it.
what's-
Public
that's what's-
safety.
It's
I've
nice.
seen idiots do burnouts and just plow into people, dude. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, you don't. The
There's a place
cops,
for it.
the cops here in Florida are pretty cool. Like listen. I passed an undercover cop going 60 and a 35 in my car, and he pulled me over. He's like, "Oh, is this the new? You know, this is the GR Super." And I'll immediately, not where's your license and registration? He wanted to know about the car, and I said, "Listen, I got everything, and I have no record or anything like that besides a pot charge from like 10 years ago, and I have no points on my record. My driving record is flawless, never one accident. So I'm like, here you go, license, insurance, registration, everything. Bam. I'm like, listen, it's a newer car for me. I just gunned it a little bit. When really I didn't see him because it was a wrapped undercover car. It was wrapped with like a Hornet on the side for a local sports, college or whatever.
Yeah.
And I passed him going 20 miles over the speed limit. And I passed, and he followed me for a while. But then I gave him everything, and everything was cool. And he's like, "Listen, I'll just give you a warning. Thank
I
God."
still haven't seen my year truck yet.
No,
Not at
no,
all.
no.
What are they not common? I see them all over the place, kinda.
There are so many Forerunners in fucking Florida. It's ridiculous. I can't even tell you, Larry. It's just like Forerunner. Look at that.
If any of y'all, if I missed a 69 out there, let me know.
That's a nice Charger. I like that color on the Charger, that gray. I don't care about that. I like the red with rims with the boy. That's in really good condition. To be
Yeah, but
honest.
you want to sit that close to someone? That's
No,
I had
hell,
a 38.
well, it
but I didn't
depends.
like
I mean,
it
if she's
much.
that good looking, Larry, I mean,
In the
I
front
say
is
close
very
to
narrow.
Punky, why not?
Big
What the
dude.
hell? Get in here, Punky. Look at that. Now this, I like these. I don't like the color silver on cars, but I like the flat matte color. Here. Boy, these things are just like, see, engines don't look like this anymore. My Mark III Super's engine was like a bunch of everything
They
going
took
on
it all the
everywhere.
way
I
to
was like, what is going on in here?
They took the car show all the way down to the fucking bridge.
And this is, by the way, again, 2023. So maybe the car scene has grown, Larry. Maybe it's contrary to what we thought at first. Look at the fucking pins. You ain't doing wheelies, bro.
Down on the end near the light to the right is Weeback fucking hotel. Yeah, right there, that one. You don't want to.
Don't stay there. You can get meth there, guys, if you really want.
Yeah, it's not a great part of town.
Oh, I love.
Hey, there's kind of.
I
That's like
love that
71,
Mustang.
but that's the Blazer. I believe.
Yeah. The Blazer, yeah.
71 or 2.
That's sick. Why not? What the hell?
Definitely
You have the
not.
money. Whatever, buy it. Oh, I like that. Love the Stang. I love that. I love that body. That one, not as much, but it's still beautiful. I really do love Mustangs. I really do. I'd love to own one if I had the money.
Look at that Vega.
Yeah. I didn't even need to do anything. This is the Fat Tire edition, Larry. Dude, this guy.
Look at that. You got your own drag strip here.
Slumlord. Yeah, Slumlord. You have the right.
Get it.
I mean, come on. But I didn't mean it. I mean, we're just admiring. You have the same case. Oh, that kid. Somebody fucking up with us.
They're below the bridge.
That's it. That wasn't so bad.
What's the fastest you guys have taken as far as up to? Certified Ripper. Hold on, Larry. Larry, read it. We got Certified Ripper. Welcome in, and he's got a question here. The car seat.
Oh. What's
the?
You guys have taken cars up?
Go ahead, Larry.
Not so fast. I was in a car that did $120. Scared the fuck out of me.
I've done 125 about in the Supra. That's about what the car scene is big, but definitely has changed. Agreed. Yeah, the norm for me is always was hoods popped and hoods look and people looking. Now people meet up and I don't see any hoods open. Yeah, you know
I was
why?
in like a 71 or 72 Rally Sport Camaro with a straight bumper on the front.
Yeah.
That thing was pretty nasty. I wasn't
Well,
expecting it.
I'll turn that down. Okay. Some background there. Fox
My
body there.
buddy in the white,
Scotty's on the back.
you know that white Nova?
Get some weenies on there, Larry.
Or,
What?
you know the white Nova with the black stripe?
Yes.
Bob's car, his Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran from the top one day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we're cruising and he
like a neighbor,
sped
State
past,
Farm is
like,
there, folks,
an old
not
folks'
sponsored.
home, and he's
Yeah.
coming up, and there was a bridge here that crossed over into another county, and he hit the bridge. He seen the cop throw his lights on because the cop at the old folks' home was like a 35 zone, and he blew through there. Man, he hit that bridge. He fucking nailed it, dude. And he was fucking gone. That cop did. He was gone. Like that cop just didn't even bother.
An N54 BMW. Yeah, I do know. Oh, yeah, I do know. Yes, because I've seen some videos of that. Recent ones too.
Car scene is big, but definitely has changed. The norm for me was always hood pop and people looking. Now people meet up and it's nothing to look at, dude. Plastic. Like,
Yeah.
for real.
Even my Supra, dude. You know, it's crazy, Ripper. It's crazy, Charlie. And Charlie, yeah, the N54 BMW. Yeah, I never dreamed. Listen,
It's the
same thing. This is great.
Around.
I love that. And I know
what does this guy look like? No,
we watched this earlier.
But you know what? That old couple, they polished it up on a Friday. You know.
He's been banging her for 35 years, Larry, and that's something
longer.
You know all about it.
Dude, he was driving that in the fucking 90s.
That's what I'm saying. What did I just say?
Probably him and her.
This is in 24 right here.
That's sweet.
Oh, I see. This is okay. This is not the same video we watched. This is just another version of it. Okay,
the old dude's
same day.
I'm still cruising. I don't give a fuck. I'm going.
He's only taking
weenies on the back. Fuck yeah.
You see the weenies here. You know, Charlie, I never thought. The only car I care about is the Supra. No, it doesn't matter. Any year, I am the biggest Supra freaking boy you can ask for. All right, I've owned I almost owned a Mark II. I didn't. I owned a Mark III. I never got the Mark IV because who could? And I have a Mark V. Now my plan is to gain capital on the Mark V, which, you know what, I'm going to tell you right now, it's actually working. The GR Super is actually climbing, and people can say what they want. The collaboration,
dude, but this is sad.
It's a great dude. The reliability.
Pottstown cruise with all the newer cars in there, like.
There's
a day, every spot was a muscle car.
Well, look at this guy, Larry. He's been doing this for 7 years, all right? Give him that's freaking sick, bro. He's got the side pipe. Look at the slicks on that thing.
Wait,
no, he doesn't.
Rewind that so I could read that plate.
Where?
I'd like
what plate? The Mustang?
Yeah. Like
that one? Right there.
Awesome.
All right, hold on, I got it. Tell me. Right there.
When you can read it, yellow.
I'm trying to. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Hold on. I have to move my mouse over to each thing.
That was an antique.
I missed it. Is that a Datsun? Oh no, that's that car that I love. That GT, whatever. I saw it. That's how I knew it was a GT. We saw this video. Oh no! Nice. See, we didn't see this video.
Look how low his oil pan clicks down.
This is another video that this guy took, but only had. So he was actually here a lot longer.
He said this is Big Tire Edition. That's why we're not
right. So yeah, we're not seeing the other ones. Yeah,
another dually with fatties on the back.
I want a fucking
Yeah.
I want an M series car really bad, Charlie.
Antique plates on that, so
I am not a BMW guy. I'm a strict super guy. Once I get my Mark IV, which I will have a Mark IV, that's my whole plan. Is to trade. My Mark V is mint condition. I'm keeping it that way. Very low, 15,000 miles. It's a 2021. And now all these kids and these millennial people are loving the GR. It's growing on them, and they're gonna want it. And the last year is next year. I knew this would happen, and I was hoping. That's kind of cool. But I want to trade it in, and by that time, and the Mark IV Supers right now, Larry, are actually going down in price, because these guys that are charging 150 grand for a Mark IV, yeah, we all get it, but nobody can afford it, and you know that, for a 30-year-old car. So what's happening is every month I'm like multiple sites, I mean 5 or 6. Every one of them is going down, but a few of them, like that green one, no, this guy just is not going to sell it. Just take it off, dude. You don't want to sell it. You don't want to get rid of it. You wouldn't be asking $249,000 for your Supra if you didn't want to not get, like, you don't want to get rid of it. Just stop. No one's going to pay you $250,000 for it. This is not something that Paul Walker drove. You know, Paul Walker's Supra, you know, the Supra, like the Ace, the ultimate, the one that God drives now, but in a white version with gold rims, that sold for $400, I believe, and $50,000. So you're selling your green one for, okay, just stop, man. You're stopping people like me that had to settle for a Mark V, which it's not settling after you drive it. Go look at a Mark V in person and tell me it's not sick.
Yours has a Beamer engine, right?
Yeah, B58. And it's been around now for 10 years. It's coming, I think it's at its anniversary year, or around there. And it's one of the most reliable. It's the engine that shut people up that said German engineering is. When meanwhile, Germany was like, you go back to World War II, Germany was ahead of us, you know, like Russia. It's not, America's not always the best, you know, and not that it was an American car, it's Japanese, but I'm saying, I love all the countries, but.
Charlie, back in the day, like late 80s, the Moroso brute strength differential is what everybody went with. When you'd be going around turns, you could hear the rear going clunk, clunk, clunk.
You know what?
When the clutches move.
I'm gonna watch I'm gonna have us watch a video. And Charlie, you're absolutely right. And you know what I think, Charlie? Why the fuck did they not put a fucking 2JZ into the Mark V? You know why? They didn't need to do any research at the lab. They could have just put it in. You know why? Because it does fit. It fits actually with extra room. So I don't understand why they would have shut everybody up. I love the body style. Not everyone does. I love some, you know, I love the Mark V. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't love it. Trust me. I would have waited for the Mark IV, because that's going to be my ultimate before I die. Trust me. And it's not, I'm not like cut my wrist about it. If I can't afford it, my well-being comes before a fucking car. Especially when it's 30 years old and you're paying you're gonna pay 6 figures. But like I said, you may not need to. If my car appreciates, and if Vin Diesel, that bald-headed freak, if he puts that freak, I don't like Vin Diesel. I don't care. Screw him. But I care if he puts it in his movie. Put it in the movie, Vin. You know you love it. You know, to put it in, immortalize it. I'm telling you again, these people are gonna.
Back in the late 80s, right, when you were standing on the corner.
And I ramble. I'm sorry.
Imagine this for what it smelled like.
Gasoline and oil.
It smelled like high octane fuel.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Like it, yeah. Couple of gassers.
Wow, we've been watching some. Look at this history here. I want to watch this video. This guy put out a great video. Oh, I can't do that here. I got to go to my other account. Well, I hope I don't stop the stream. If I do, sorry, folks.
That's a Plymouth value.
What, that?
Yeah.
That's definitely a Plymouth. I don't know if that's a... I can tell by the front on that. I want to play a video about the Supra real quick. It's not long at all. It's 5 minutes. It's not long. But this is... I'm gonna put the rest... I'm gonna put the rest once and for all. These... what's going on here and all this? Now, let me see here. With the BMW and Toyota, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it, but then at the same time, I'll show you this video, and it kind of, even, and I'm the hardest course, you know, I get it.
That was one of the biggest problems. That's the same issue I have, is can't really do nothing with a Chevy rear unless you put C-clip. You don't want to be having axle fly out.
Well, probably not.
If you're going to break an axle, you want to stay in the car. C-clips are all the way on the side. So, if your axle breaks, that axle break. It's happening.
God dang it, I can't find it. God,
that's why everybody puts a 9-inch. It's strong. It's got the 4 clips on the outside. You know,
yeah.
Doesn't use to be clipped. Like if I was going to do a rear, I wouldn't do a Chevy rear for my truck. I would. It's already built. Just at the rate. I priced them. They're $3,000. But I have there's $3,000 I'd rather put into something else. Like I was thinking, just for cruising, like it's for cruising. But it'd be nice to have some kind of posi. They make something called posi track if you're not rocking a lot of horsepower, and they replaced your spider the thing, like an old, you know,
yeah,
diff,
you know. Yeah.
But it goes into no big car. I was thinking about doing that because there's like. If I was going to change gears, I would just put a positive there.
What the hell's a C-clip eliminator?
Well, C-clip to hold your axles in. Your axle don't.
Oh, well, what the hell? I never heard of the. I don't know about the eliminator part.
We just talked about it.
I wasn't listening. I'm looking for content here.
I know you're looking for super stuff.
Well, that's what the, no, I'm not. I'm looking for the one video, not just, that wasn't what I was, but not like that. It was just one video. What the hell? I don't know what happened. It's not on my, boy, I watched a lot of, I guess I took a nap though, that's true. But like there's multiple videos on here. What are you doing? Like, why did you play this again? Like, the Subaru Baja has been destroyed by street violence. Oh, that's fucking...
My buddy's Nova didn't have weenies on the back, and he still pushed through the front tires on turn. You know,
probably in love with his weenies.
His tires weren't even that big.
Why is this?
Were like that, but yeah, he still pushed through on turns, especially up over hill. There was one time we went to the wrong lane, and it came down and caught Dodge back. You know, it's like, dude, fuck. And you don't need it. How? There's so many fast race cars running on, what are they, 28, right? They're not big. You don't have to, you know, a mini tub, maybe. That's all you need. Just to get, like, what is it, 10-inch wide tire under it? That's all you need.
Is this it? This is it. I found the video.
Bigger. They're up at the column. Yep.
Yeah, this is the video. I'm gonna.
There, right over there used to be a, in that little strip mall at the very end, there was a, Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chip. We ate there a lot.
Yeah. I like fish and chips. Now, listen to this, folks. Now, and this is not, but I want to thank you, Charlie, for bringing that up, because I get it. Like I said, I'm the first to admit, I don't understand why they didn't put a 2 fucking JZ in the motherfucker. But then, and people want to yell about, oh, BMW, blah, 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 and reliability. I can tell you this right now. go look for problems with the B58. You're not going to find a lot. It's been a decade. It's been proven to be a great engine, and I've owned mine. I mean, I have a 2021, and it has zero issues.
Correct
It's
me if
very
I'm wrong for, but aren't
Yeah.
those don't they have a timing chain in the back of the motor? So if you got to swap the timing chain,
you got to
right
lift
next
the
to motor,
engine.
Yeah.
You got to lift the
you
engine.
probably drop it out the bottom. Like
You drop that's yeah. You take the whole bottom pan off, which has a bunch of leaves in it because I've had to park under the tree this last year. But so I figured I'm getting the vacuum down, trying not to hit any of the wires. I'm trying to get the hose down in there.
off.
I can, and I just haven't done it. But I want to take a look at this because there's a few facts that not even I knew in here, and people want to go after Toyota and the Supra legacy because it's the big, it's the big Mark IV and Paul and Fast and Furious. Could give a shit about I'd never seen one Fast and Furious movie. I was liking these motherfuckers back in 1990 when I was growing up, when these people that made the movies were like 5. All right. So, I really didn't know a couple things here, but here's the whole story here.
Everybody else, after having the FT1 concept shown around.
How does that not look like the front? There's this beautiful, that's a TRD, isn't it, Larry?
Bro. Oh.
How does that not look like the fucking current Mark V Supra? I just can't with people. It literally is pinpoint exactly what it is until you get to yes, I get it. It probably has functioning vents in the back there. But right where the door ends, the back, like where you would open it, yes, the back is different. But that's literally the Mark V. I don't know
and
what
pipe dreams of a 3JZ to find out that the new Toyota Supra was manufactured in Austria and just a rebadged Z4 on paper was rather frustrating. However, as the Supra has been out on the market for 5 years now, I think it's safe to say that we are all pleasantly surprised, at least those of us who weren't BMW fanboys beforehand, with just how well this car is holding up and how well it holds a candle to all of its predecessors. That's ultimately what I'm here to talk to you about today, is why I believe the Mark V Supra is well on its way to earning the Supra nameplate, and why exactly I bought my manual Supra in the first place. But before we dive into all the capabilities of the car, I want to take you on a quick history lesson. This is where I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Toyota has a long history of partnering with outside brands from other countries to develop their sports cars. This didn't start with the GR86 or any of the recent stuff that we've seen. It really started with the 2000 GT back in 1965. Toyota partnered with Yamaha and held them responsible for both the engine and chassis design of this car, and this started a relationship that we still see the benefits of today. After the 2000 GT didn't do so well, they parted ways for a little bit. Then sometime in the late 70s, Toyota wanted to make another sports car, but they wanted to do it cheap. So they took a Celica, put a somewhat powerful inline-6 into it, and called it the Celica Supra. And it wasn't very good, and Toyota knew it wasn't very good. They didn't know what to do about it. So this is when they called upon their good old friends back at Yamaha, as well as a new face in town, Lotus. That's right, for the Mark II or the A50 Supra, it wasn't even really designed or engineered by Toyota. They called upon Yamaha to refine their inline-6 and have it make more horsepower. Ironically, they named this refined inline-6 the M Series engines, and then they called upon Lotus for the chassis. And it was thanks to this collaboration that the Mark II Supra was renowned as one of the best value sports cars for the money of the time. And really, this is the car that put the Supra nameplate on the map. And while yes, with the GR Supra today, we are talking about a totally different situation, I think that it's just worth pointing out that the foundation of this car, the first good one, was a collaboration car. And from there, the rest is history. They took what they learned from the Mark II and made the Mark III, and then eventually, of course, the Mark IV. The childhood hero, the one everybody wants, what the super kids salivate over, came with 2,000 horsepower factory, is the car. Except in the late 90s, it wasn't. Thanks to a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo going on in the world, the Mark IV Supra had climbed to a relatively unreasonable price for what it offered at the time. And despite slowing sales figures, Toyota continued to improve the car, with some of the best versions coming in 1997 and 1998, with those also being the fewest years sold. Eventually, the Mark IV Supra was just killed off for the American market, with most buyers at the time saying they'd rather buy 911s or souped up Shelbys or just about anything else for the money. Now again, I'm not saying the GR Supra is exactly exactly the same situation, but I'm getting some deja vu here. This deja vu, it's weird. It's like a combination of the whole Supra history in one car. Not only is the GR Supra today a collaboration car, much like the Mark II was, but it was also hated at launch, kind of like the Mark IV was. If you look at these graphs here, it's actually crazy how similar the Mark IV compared to the Mark V sales figures are. While this doesn't exactly hand it the Supra nameplate, at least just does give it some grounds to exist as a car in the first place. Now that we've got that out of the way, I want you to do what I did when I bought my car. Ignore the badges. Step back and look at this hunk of metal for what it's supposed to be, a performance vehicle. And when you start to do that, it's hard to argue against not only it being a fantastic successor from a performance standpoint, but also from a spiritual standpoint. Starting again with the most important part of the Supra nameplate, that 3-liter inline 6. Now, I do understand the skepticism around the B58, first being a BMW motor, and secondly being an aluminum block when the 2JZ was an iron block. Now, I'm not saying I'm a pro-engine builder either, but for anyone shooting for reasonable power, the block material doesn't make that big of a difference. What does make a bigger difference is the actual internals, and both the B58 and the 2JZ, when put on paper, hold just about the same amount of power. I will admit, however, the engines do have slightly different characteristics. The 2JZ was known to be a little bit laggy and hit like a freight train once boost came on, whereas the B58 with its 20 years newer timing system and twin scroll turbo has virtually no lag and still makes more power. It is just a futuristic version of what the 2JZ would be. It still gives you that terror, it's just a little bit more predictable. Again, if you ignore the badges and line all of the engines that have been available in the Supra up together, starting with the base 2.6 liter found in the original 79 Supra, moving on to the Yamaha revised one, then of course to the 1J and the 2J, I believe the B58 makes perfect sense as the next step in the evolution. Moving on now to the chassis and how this car handles. It is not a Z4. I can confidently say that. I have had the privilege of driving both, and it does feel radically different. Granted, my reference point is after the 2023 changes, because of course mine is a 2023 manual. Regardless, from what I understand about chassis, though, when you take a convertible and make it a fixed roof coupe, in extreme handling scenarios, the results are going to be vastly improved. Not only that, but the stripped out interior of the GR Supra makes it feel more race car and more connected than its Z4 counterpart. And I am happy to report that the GR Supra feels like a thoroughbred. The sensation of the car communicating with you, giving you bits of information here and there and expecting you to use that information and extract the most from it while barely being in control. While at the same time never doing anything you don't expect it to, allowing you to dance that line of understeer and oversteer. It's just exactly what you want out of a sports car. Once again, coming back to that statement of ignoring the badges. When you ignore the badges on the chassis of this car and the engine combined and the overall driving experience, it feels like Supra improved. The chassis almost feels like they went back to the Mark II Celica inspiration of a very lightweight and smaller vehicle, but they took the Mark IV inspiration of just a massive inline 6 that can handle stupid power beyond the factory limitations. And if you look around, that combination is getting hard to ignore. With every new sports car having hybrid assist, with every new sports car killing off the manual option, with every new sports car being a 4-cylinder turbo, the fact that you can buy a sub 3,500 pound coupe with an inline 6 that is capable of making near 1,000 horsepower without being opened with a manual gives it eerily similar vibes to the Mark IV Supra and Mark III Supra legends that we've all heard. And if you're still not convinced after those two discussions, I get it, but there's one more thing about the GR Supra that I believe will make everybody come around to it. And that is the legacy that it has built and will continue to build over the coming decades. We all know Mark IVs are basically untouchable from a price point. 9 times out of 10, when you see a street racing video on Instagram with a Supra, it is a Mark V or a GR Supra. And now when you look at Fast and Furious movies, you are seeing GR Supras. When you look at video games, you are seeing more and more GR Supras and less of the previous gens. There's going to be a whole generation of kids that grows up with this being the main Supra that they have access to. There's going to be a whole generation of kids that know this as the Supra that ruled the streets. And this is exactly how the Mark IV Supra gained such a cult following in the first place, was these street racing videos, these Fast and Furious movies, these video game titles, and all these memories of crazy moments with that car. And the craziest part about it is, the Mark V Supra is going to have an eerily similar fate to the Mark IV as well. Hopefully I'm not the first one to tell you this, but 2025 will be the last model year for the BMW Collab Supra, the Mark V as we know it. And it's pretty much all but confirmed that the next generation Supra, if it's even called that, will be a 4-cylinder hybrid of some sort. And I mean, call me a doubter, but I believe this will spell the end of crazy horsepower Supras and crazy modified Supras, at least from a drivetrain's perspective. This leaves the Mark V poised in a perfect position to become what the Mark IV was all over again. A crazy sport coupe made by Toyota that can never possibly be recreated despite the demand that will come. And ultimately,
Damn, that's sorry, I didn't know that. I thought it was only 5 minutes, but I thought that it was an interesting video. The guy's got like 500 subs. I thought it was worth it. It was worth a look. Good job, bro. I shot you. I'll leave the link in the description after the video for your channel.
Oh, look.
Yeah,
turned into
I thought it was kind of interesting, to be honest.
Taco Bell turned into a Popeyes.
You know, you're fine with that. I'm fine with that. I love chicken.
I prefer Taco Bell.
Well, I mean, you just...
Even though that Taco Bell blew.
Remember, Larry, you were around. I know you'll know this. I've asked like 100 people. All right, Larry, this is going to be like, what's that game show? Right? I've asked 100 people, Larry, and no one has been able to tell me yes. Do you remember Roy Rogers?
Yeah. Double R bar burger.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, there was no
For those of you that
Roy
don't know what a
Rogers was
double R bar
KFC.
burger is, it's a cheeseburger with ham on it. Like lunch meat ham. That was
How
fried.
do I remember that? How I know I've eaten that, and I know it was
man.
wow.
It was
Whoa, whoa, hold on. What was that silver? What is that?
Not in this town, but one where we actually lived, which was Phoenixville. We used to drive to Phoenixville last time ago.
What is that,
in
Larry?
Phoenixville, they kind of had a little circuit, which wasn't very popular, but everybody parked at the garage right beside the 7-Eleven.
Ah.
In Phoenixville. Yeah. It was, yeah, we spent a lot of time in that parking lot, ate a lot of...
What is that, Larry? Is that a Camaro?
I ate the same thing every single time.
You see this? He doesn't answer me. I'm trying to...
What? I was in the middle of talking.
Is that a Camaro?
And you just blah, blah,
right?
blah, blah, blah.
No, I'm listening to you, but I'm trying to,
No, you're not.
I can repeat everything that you just told me.
What?
Could you repeat what I asked you, the two things?
No, because I was talking.
What?
You asked me,
Larry,
do I remember
Larry.
Roy Rogers? And I was telling you the Roy Rogers story, and you asked me 2 more questions that, no, I didn't hear because I was talking.
I did do that.
Yes.
I did. I just wanted to know if this was a Camaro.
Yes.
Larry, come on.
It is. Yes. I said yes.
Come on. Give me some praise.
What praise? It's fucking
I'm waiting.
69 Camaro. How can you not tell?
Well,
you see the little
I
fins?
can tell the car, but I can't tell the year. I'm not like, all up into it.
See the D-shaped wheel wells where they're not round, and you see the little fins in front of the
I like those
back
fucking
tire?
rims.
That's a 69.
Oh, that was a brand new Camaro right after it, which was ironic. In the same color. There's this stupid, I'm a German. I'm allowed to talk about
These
this.
are pressure washer wands where you don't need a pressure washer.
Boy, he's flying in there. Look at that. Folks.
They're supposed to do just as good of a job as a pressure washer.
Holy mackerel.
You never seen them?
I don't know.
Attachments for your hose.
Deep house radio. Well, we don't need any of that.
And you can, you can pressure wash with it.
All right, we're out of here, folks. This is enough. I'm tired now.
Hi, Kathy.
Fun. Actually, we don't need to go. Fuck that. We're going to play some more car music, right? Let's go. Now, we're all in the... Yeah. Well, car content here. Kathy, how you doing, sweetheart? Oh, Wingstar's live. Shout out to Wingstar.
All right.
And also, and Generic Troll's live as well. There's a lot going on.
Why are you shout, if you're going to keep screaming, don't
Larry, this is our friends. We're different than these other people out here. We're different. Okay, we can you still believe that this...
We can all, jump over to another stream. Cool. We've talked about cars.
No. I'm just saying, I know, I'm saying, but look at this, Larry. Now, remember we talked about this. This was ironic that I chose this filter for this channel because if you look at the like the reflection of my glass, you see it like it's a car. I mean, and how does this mustache
What's on
not
your
match?
screen right now? Is it a car? No, your screen that you're looking at, that you're facing, where your camera is.
It's a lot of stuff here.
Is it a car?
Yes, it's a
Well,
Dodge.
then that's why it's reflecting a car.
No.
Anyway, these that's
Hey, what are you talking about? No, here,
that's
hey,
the
you want to play?
2023 Toyota
Here's a
4Runner
picture of the car.
Phase 69
No,
Chevy short bed stepside. I've had
no, here.
30.
No.
And I have a bunch of parts for it, and I've already gotten it running again. And that whole spot you're looking at back there is paved concrete park here. So I'll be working. I have a level foot. That's on a big
Yeah. Good luck, everyone striking us when we play 1,000 videos of everything. Well, Wingstar won't strike us. Let's take a look. Oh, we got some
What are we doing?
Okay, what are you talking about? I'm just going through stuff for the ending of the stream here. Yeah. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here, Larry. There's a lot going on out there.
All right.
I mean, we had a good episode. I like this episode. We talked about a lot of car stuff, really, and off the cuss too here, folks.
So what?
All right.
Performance level event first.
Tried.
I don't know, Ace. What up, Ace?
What's up, Ace?
It depends on the manufacturer. What the ones that tell you to use 93 will tell you to use 93. And I can tell you right now, one of them is Land Rover. Because if you don't, their fuel ratio is different than everybody else's, at least in the older ones when I worked at Land Rover. And 14,000 miles, you'd have to do intake gaskets because everything we could plug the fuck up with carbon. It was bad.
Ooh, I almost clicked on it, Larry. I almost shared our own stream. I was like, look at these guys are talking about the Dodge EV Charger. I'm like, oh, that's us. Never mind. I was like, 8. Well, I didn't recognize it as a live stream gamer. You don't get 8 people in there often.
Looks like you had a good dinner, Ace. That was cool.
You know?
Did you coordinate Facey? That's what I gotta ask.
Wow.
Does it look like you both were having the same thing?
Oh shit! What is this? All right, to kick it off here at the end, folks. Let me. We'll do one more video for Larry's cigarette. Thank you, Slumlord.
Just back in the day.
I love Slumlord.
Fuck yeah.
93. This is when Larry was on the scene, folks. Larry was probably in one of these cars.
Same red.
You think I'm lying?
There's that same.
I don't lie.
Like I said, I had one like.
Cards. Ow! The hell?
I think these might be the same videos because there's.
No, this is a new one.
Oh, Mark Rubright. I remember his last name. Rubright.
This is a new one. It's only 3 minutes. That's how I know. The other ones were 6 minutes. But we looked at a lot of cars today, folks. We said goodbye to an absolute catastrophe from Dodge. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there.
Mark Rubright, but you were.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry, folks. Yeah, look at that. That's this is just, and why not?
I knew him. He was a dick. He was a fucking bully in high school.
I'll bet you. Oh, you told me about that guy. Didn't you pee on his tire one day?
No, no, and I didn't pee on the tire. I fucking poked it. I pulled up. Parked in my fucking spot.
Yeah, I don't. I go to work. Motherfuckers park in my spot. I'm like, I got a reason I parked this car here.
Deep. Went it all for.
You're done, pal.
Sideball. Yeah,
What's that movie? What's that movie with all the famous people, Larry? That the Warriors. We're the new age Warriors, pal.
No, dude, we were assigned parking spots, and I would have had to park like a block and a half away, which I did.
Yeah,
when I got up to my fucking house and was parking in front of the apartment building, in a
Yeah, well, you
parking
were
lot.
already.
This wasn't street parking. This was in a parking lot. With the sign
Yeah,
on the
I
top.
know, and you were already walking a mile and a half
I
to your
fucking-
car,
yeah, fuck
uphill
that.
both ways, to get there, and then you had to deal with that. You might as well just, took the helicopter. Well, that's nice.
Mark Rubright.
Mark Rubright. Folks, I
Dude,
tell
that
you,
thing was fast.
we're bringing the
That
real
thing
gut-wrenching content here.
bad.
We're going back 30 years here, folks. We're just not, up to date and, past, present, future here.
The guy bought so
grinding
much
gears.
shit from Summit Racing, they gave him a fucking jacket.
But we're a little loose. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Ace, you could have a muscle car if you wanted.
I think Bob knows something. So, I know.
Oh, you do? You've seen this one? Yeah, it's not a long way. Well, better come up soon because it's about to end. And thank you, everybody, for coming into Grinding Gears and hanging out with Larry and I. Because, as you know, I'm Mike.
And I'm Larry.
And this is
Grinding
Gears.
It's not
And
going to work. We need to stop trying to do that.
Ah!
You can just do the whole leg. That's cool.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We love you.
All right, guys. I'll be
Take
in
care.
other stream.
Yeah, we're going to go over GTs probably or something.
Yeah, probably.
All right, y'all. Thanks for your questions. Barbara, girl, you go fuck yourself because you never came in to ask your question. So we'll see you on the next.
Because you didn't stream for so long.
Oh, she was. I just saw her. Nope.
He goes, fuck you guys. You're
No.
grinding gears. It's stupid.
Well, that's fine. And you know what? I take it back. You're a wonderful human being, Barbie girl. And you know what? It's our fault. It's our fault
And
that
whoa.
We hope that you come tune in.
Whoa.
What?
Our fault?
Yes.
You want to correct that? No.
No. Okay,
I'm
it's Larry's fault.
Always ready.
It's Larry's fault, but we're gonna rectify
No, it's absolutely not because
I
I'm not
will
the one
handle
with the
everything.
tight schedule. You
And
are. You can't get out of this one. No, it's you. I'm always
wait a
like,
minute.
I asked you fucking 2 weeks ago. You're going to do a
I
grinding
can't
gears?
hear you.
Well,
What
I'm
happened?
kind of into this game now, and